Oh,
Somebody's in there.
yeah. Hey, everybody. Hey, number one Marvel
Marvel
fan.
fan.
How are you? The first person in the room.
How
We're going to
did
give people
that happen?
time
How did that
to
happen?
get in. Well, they're not watching the YouTube videos because we got a strike against us. So YouTube ain't showing no videos. So it's
I
just us.
guess, yeah. YouTube is giving us channel a hard time for some reason.
Yeah, and I don't know why. All we talk about is toys
Yeah.
and comics and stuff like that. We don't talk about nothing. But hey, whatever. That's what they do. So we got two people watching. We got Marvel fan. We got Gilgamesh. Hey, Gilgamesh, how are you?
Why did you get a strike? They don't tell you. Well, there's a little bit of a story there. I may as well go ahead and tell it since it came up. My original, well, not original, but my second generation, I guess, Mr. Potato Head, before they made the butt that you could open up. Because I found this at an estate sale recently.
Mm-hmm.
But they sent me a notice, and it says suspending all monetization on your channel. Not that I make that much anyway. Hardly. Yeah. I don't make any money really. But
still, $2-3 is
yeah,
$2-3.
It helps. Helps as you go to the shows, whatever. A little something extra. But that they said they cited too much repetition of certain content. And I'm like, what does that mean? And then they said, well, you can send a video clip to us.
Hey, Raccoon Eyes.
Requesting. You can send us a video clip requesting a review,
mm-hmm.
right? So I made the video and I sent it, and then they said that the video didn't qualify and that I can reapply in 30 days. But the video that I did, they didn't see it because it had. If you watch even an unlisted video that you send somebody a link to, like they asked me to do, if they watch it for 15 seconds, it'll count for a view, and that did not happen. So they lied about looking at the video at all. So I don't know what the hell the problem is, and all I can do is in 30 days I'll just reapply like they suggested.
Hey, Ridley. Hey, Johnny.
He doesn't have arms.
Oh, he don't even have a slot for an arm.
No, well, this is early Hasbro.
Yeah.
This is like 70s Mr. Potato Head, basically. Ridley is there, yeah, and Johnny thinks we're the best YouTubers. You know who doesn't? YouTube doesn't think.
They say we talk about. I didn't know that we got a lot of repetition. I guess we need to talk about other things.
Well, I don't know what that even means because that's every channel, every video, that's every show that you watch. It's the same thing. So what does that even mean? And then when they say to go and look at the guidelines, you read their guidelines, which is like 1 million pages. It's all so vague. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, no.
And we'll just, we'll keep pounding it out. And we get a lot going on. We got shows coming up that we're still gonna do here. We're gonna do the shows. Yeah. And actually, since we cover more than one subject, we actually talk about more than most dedicated channels.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, because not just the vintage toys and action figures, but other things pertaining to nostalgia, discussions about things like that, comic books, vinyl records, whatever.
Oh no. Wow, Pepto-Bismol, really?
Oh, good.
We
At least she was all right.
Hey, Brandon, Kentucky Mud. We haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
We use antibiotics that usually clear it up. But
yeah.
I didn't know Pepto-Bismol would work. That's
and you
cheaper.
Do have to be careful with certain like I know ibuprofen can be dangerous for animals, but it's probably dangerous for people too. But I mean, we get a lot going on, and it sucks to have the channel getting sand kicked in his face by ScrewTube, because it's especially with like Joe Fest. Well, when we went to do when we did Toylanta, they gave us press passes for that.
Mm-hmm.
So we had press passes for Toylanta, And then the show promoter, one of the show promoters, Brett, wanted who's familiar with the show, is how it is that Pixel Dan ended up here, because that's how come Pixel Dan came down here. Because Brett talked to him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'd like to see that," and so he came here, and all that happened. Then because of that, we got press passes for Joe Lanta, but then now we've been contacted by Joe Lanta because now they want us to do a panel at the show, and so something's actually moving here, and then YouTube wants to pull the rug out from under us. No. It's like, what the hell?
But we have to be more mindful, because when you start the video, we'll talk about something, and then people will come in later and say, "What about this?" And then we'll be like, "We talked about it before, but blah blah blah."
Yeah,
so that's repetition.
Oh, is that what it is?
Repetition is talking or is doing something over and over. I don't know.
I don't understand what. And I asked them to please clarify, and they wouldn't do it.
YouTube don't care nothing
Cats are
about
okay.
you.
Actually, Dad's doing really well, and he was down to his last medication. He and surprisingly, and I get what the vet was talking about, because they said, "Wow, he is really cooperative with pilling him." And yeah, you can open his mouth and you can pop a pill right in there, and he'll just sit there and do it. He may not swallow it and it's the weirdest thing, because you'll put the pill in his mouth and you rub his neck and everything, and you can feel him swallowing, and everything seems like it's good, and he's walking around and everything's cool. And then you put the food down and he goes to eat it, and then suddenly the pill's in that bowl.
Yeah, he spits the pill out.
Like 3-4 minutes later. It's like, dude, what the hell?
Oh wow, you went to Indiana. Now you're back in Kentucky. One thing after another went wrong. But
okay.
I'm good. I'm glad to hear that. I hope your mom is doing well. I know you talked about her before, and she was having some problems.
That's good.
Around 10 pounds after 3 teaspoons. She was back to normal after 12. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Only works by people posting on their sites. Yeah. I don't know. I ain't getting on.
Yeah, it's a whole big can of worms. It's unfortunate. All I can do is I'll just go ahead and reapply. But otherwise, I'm going to keep doing the videos anyways, because a lot of people seem to enjoy it. So, and it's not like I'm making a fortune. I'm not like but I don't have like 1 million subscribers.
Hey, Alpha, how are you?
It's like whatever.
Hey, Mark, how are you doing?
Toy Chic is there. Toy Chic, you're going to get called out soon, Toy Chic.
Mark did a Funko unboxing today, guys. Go to his channel. He has some amazing Funko Pops that he unboxed from 2020, and he was so shocked and amazed because he had forgot all about it.
What do you think, sombrero or top hat?
I don't know. The top hat looks like it fits.
I got this in a state
you're
sale
still watching
recently.
Welcome Back, Carter. Almost done with season 1. He tells a joke about an aunt or uncle at every intro or outro.
Yeah, he does.
I should tally up how many different aunts and uncles he has.
Some of them are
doing better.
It's corny. It's corny, but the some of his jokes are fun because they're just going to be stupid.
The cats, actually, we had got some new fencing, and we have them kind of stacked up outside, and they've been kind of huddled under there. Plus, in the backyard, we got a lot of kind of high bushes that they get under, and
they got plenty of shade.
Yeah, they get under the porch, and we keep clean water out there for them and everything. So they're doing fine. They're doing really fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they always have
Happy
water.
4th of July.
Oh, we don't care.
Thank you for watching, and we really appreciate. Oh, you watched Indiana Jones early.
Mediocre. That's the problem, though, and that's the argument I've been making about the modern cinema. Is there's so much bad stuff out there that when a mediocre film comes along, people think it's good. Well, Blue Splash made it.
Yeah, we're
Super
doing
7
good.
Cat's Lair.
Oh, really? They finally revealed the whole thing, because they were showing like a hint. So I gotta see what that looks like.
Oh yeah, it was. it was doing all right for a minute, and then it just it fell flat. It stopped, but it was it was doing okay for a minute. But every little bit it goes a long way. And then somebody sent something to the PO box for the cats too, which was really nice. So every little bit, because we do what we can do. But when something comes along like old dad needing the surgery, it sends you for a loop. But he's doing a lot better now, and he's not arching anymore.
Yeah, and I think he's able to control his bowel and bladder now.
Because he was having bowel control problems.
Yeah.
And he would arch. And if you see a cat, you know how they arch sometimes, but you stay in that position for a long time, it's usually an indication of a lot of abdominal pain.
Yeah.
But
so
he's not really doing that so much anymore.
And we've noticed that he doesn't do that. He's not losing control of his bowels and bladder anymore. And he doesn't seem like he has a hard time going to the bathroom. So I know that's a bit much, but you asked. And those are all of the problems he had. And we wanted to get that figured out. Like, I thought maybe because he's getting old, he was having control
so he
issues.
did good after the surgery. Yeah. And he didn't even need the cone, which is surprising.
Yeah.
He did not touch his stitches, because that's why they wear them, so that the cats and dogs, they'll tear them out.
Oh, don't say that, Ridley. Oh, no.
I don't know if they could redo American Graffiti.
Oh, they can. But Disney, and the thing that gets me, not just Disney, but all of these movie companies, it's like they're putting out garbage. Nobody is going to see it, and they don't care. They still put out more garbage. And it used to be a time when something didn't work. They would go back to the drawing board. They would talk about it. Okay, what didn't work in the last whatever, be it a food product, movie, music. It didn't matter. They talked about, why isn't this selling? Why isn't doing it as good as it was the last time or before? But now it's like, we don't care if you don't like it.
There is another Lucasfilm property they didn't touch, THX 1138. That's actually the name of the film, and it's a code for something that someone in the film. THX 1138. It's an interesting movie. It's weird, but
so they're gonna be showing that in theater. They've been doing that when like a significant anniversary comes up. They do a re-release. Hey, Robert, how are you?
Yeah. I've never seen Rick and Morty.
I've never seen it because it comes on like Hulu or Netflix or something. Some channel you got, some service you have to pay for that we don't have. The initial rush from collectors, like they always do. Glad you can get any help. One less stress for you. Yeah.
But and it is what it is. I'm happy to get any assistance, because just trying to take care of them all. And we usually do pretty good, but it catches up with you sometimes.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones toys. No, I used to have a set of carded and boxed, the original Kenner Raiders of the Lost Ark figures. Part of the collection that was stolen. So I don't have that anymore.
What was that?
What was the name of that? Oh, it's at the flea market, but
it's at the flea market, but it's an antique mall.
Yeah.
Inside the flea market, and I don't know the name. We don't buy anything.
It's too expensive.
Never bought anything out of that.
We like to go and look, but it's too expensive.
They're very expensive. Yeah. You get anything that gas station was?
Yeah, the gas station. That's Bucky's.
What gas? Bucky's. Oh, you took a video of Bucky's?
I did a real quick short, like 15 seconds or something, just to show people, because I've mentioned it before, and they're like, "Oh, a gas station?
Stay out of sight."
A gas station that's the size of a Walmart, and it's packed. It is. There must be 100 employees in there. It's crazy. Yeah. Bucky's is crazy.
And this weekend, because we went Saturday.
Yeah. And so a lot of people on their way to Florida or whatever.
Yeah, Joe or something.
And that place is always jumping off like that.
Yeah. But this weekend was really
packed. It's a huge store, and there's a lot of food service in there, and I think that's what the draw is.
And the food is okay.
And they're cooking it right there in front of you.
Yeah, they do cook it on the spot. But it's mainly I've had it before. It's not bad. It's not gas station food, but it is kind of like a fast food. It's not that bad. They sell like briskets and ribs, and
they make jerky right there.
They make jerky.
They roast nuts. They got a bakery going, and they're making big cinnamon buns, and it's just nonstop. and there's like rows and rows of employees just cooking.
Yeah, and then they got all of the cash registers are open because they can't have one down at all.
No kiosks.
No kiosks.
And there's somebody there directing traffic.
Yeah.
They got people at the doors. Come over to this register, sir. Come over here, please. I'll stand right here, moving everyone around.
Yeah, but it is an experience, and every time we go, we say we're going to spend time and actually walk around because they sell clothes, they sell merchandise.
And it is a big place. That's why I said it's kind of like a Walmart almost. It's huge.
Yeah. But it's mainly a gas station. They got a lot of pumps, and it's all full.
Imagine Walmart on Black Friday, and that's what Bucky's looks like
every day. But it is an experience, and if you ever see one, just stop. Even if you don't buy anything,
look around. It's crazy.
Just walk around and see it, because you're like, oh my god. I mean, I've been to a ton of truck stops, and I've been to that big one in I-88 in Iowa truck stop, and that place is huge, and but they got like the truck stop, and then they got this big food court in there, and they got games, they got the laundromat, they got all of that, but still Bucky's is way different. I still watch characters I love. Anything with Luke, where he's actually a hero. Same with Indy. Probably get a Blu-ray. Okay. I mean, I'm not an Indiana Jones fan. I have watched the movies. I ain't care if I ever see him again.
She liked the second one best out of those. I don't have the regular one. I have actually the Argentinian Josca version of Colonel Troutman, which is a lot harder, but I found this at Retro Toy Swap.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because they had figures that you don't get, you can't find on the American cards, or the color schemes are different. They're painted different or something. But I don't have the regular Troutman. But I was fortunate enough to come across that one, because you don't find the Josca ones in the U.S.
Yeah, Bucky's is crazy. Yeah. It's an experience. Like I said, if you ever see one on the interstate and you're passing it, just stop by, see how it is.
No,
I see Hot Wheels are coming out with Jaws. Oh, okay.
I don't follow the Hot Wheels too closely though, because I'm not too much into that.
Yeah. When is a convenient too big to still be considered a convenience store?
Or too big to be considered a gas station?
Yeah, Bucky's is not a convenience store, and it's more than a gas station. It's like, but they don't sell convenience store type stuff. I don't think they sell like washing powder and ramen noodles.
And actually, the food's not bad, Robert.
Yeah, the food is pretty good.
It's not like when you go to Quick Trip and they got those rotisserie hot dogs, or whatever, and you're just like, oh
no. And they don't. Their kitchen is better. Well, I can't say that. I was gonna say it's better than the Quick Trip kitchen, but I've never eaten at the Quick Trip kitchen. But I have eaten at Bucky's, and I actually got the cup from yesterday since we went. And this is what the logo looks like.
Yeah.
But no, they're not bad. I mean, again, if you ever see one on the interstate, it's cool to stop just to see what's what. Bucky's near Macon. Yeah, that's the one we went to yesterday, the one near Macon. I'm going through the rest of my remaining Funkos now to sell while watching.
Sure you are.
Oh,
wink,
no.
wink, nudge,
I was
nudge.
looking at the ones you had today to see if I could say I want to buy that from you. But you didn't have anything that I wanted to buy. But I'm sure you have something that you don't want that I'm going to want. So I'll be looking.
I think we did talk about shopping malls, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
In one of the fading nostalgia discussions.
Yeah, we did. We talked about shopping malls, and we talked about. I think we talked about the mall in general.
Yeah.
Happy 2nd
of July.
Hey, Chance, how are you? Temple of Doom is awesome.
It was a different throw from the traditional Indiana Jones.
That was the one with the little boy.
Yeah,
yeah.
But it was but it still fell in with the supernatural, which ties in all three of the original films.
Yeah. You have a Troutman on
I do?
Hey!
Oh, are you sending me a Troutman?
I guess so.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know what to say.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be like those people on Hoarders when they tell them, thank you would be nice. Yeah, thank you.
Well, I didn't ask you to do that for me.
Even
I can
though
do it
I didn't
myself.
yeah, I know. All I need is enough time. It's been 28 years.
We watch Hoarders.
Like, no, really, though, Johnny, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Hoarders is crazy.
Yeah, we watch Hoarders like an episode a day, and those people, boy, I mean, there's something else. There's something else. David, you know Archie is based on Mickey Rooney. Mind blown.
I don't think I heard that.
But
Just Jeff is there.
Hey, Just Jeff, how are you? And Bucky is awesome. The briskets and sandwiches, Mama Mia. Hey, Kay Munin is there. How you doing?
What is that?
I'm trying
really?
I know.
You're doing too much.
Well, you know how I do. On Saturday night lineup.
Oh, yeah.
Would be Saturday night didn't have a lineup, did it? Ever tried a pecan roll? No.
No, I didn't try a pecan roll.
I've never had one. Hey,
Eric is there. What's up 4th of July? Nothing.
No.
What day is 4th of July?
That's Tuesday.
We might do a live stream.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing a live stream that day.
Yeah, for anybody else who has nothing to do.
Yeah, and don't want to go. I always want to go look at the fireworks, and I went one year, but you couldn't hardly see them because it was 1 million people out there.
Robert says he likes the Super 7 pre-code horror figures. Remember we showed those before?
They're nice.
Didn't know that Harvey made horror Yeah, they all did because that's what sold back then before the Seduction of the Innocent trials. And there was something like 2,000 distributors making comic books, and it was reduced to 200 by the time Congress was done with them. Avon used to make comics. They all did, and they all lost their money when they had to go to doing stuff like Dell and Gold Key.
I went to one of the malls in Atlanta a couple weeks ago. God, it was dead. It was like two stores. That's the majority of them.
Yeah, that's what's happened to them.
Yeah, they're
people don't
very
want to go
dead.
there anymore.
No, because the stores are overpriced, and it's just not what it used to be. It used to be a place you could hang out on a weekend. Yeah. The ordering pizza was something special.
Yeah, fading nostalgia. No, you don't need it anymore because you've got DiGiorno.
Well, you got DoorDash.
It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno. Have you ever eaten a DiGiorno pizza? They're terrible. It's like a piece of cardboard, and it's chewy and tough, and it doesn't cook right. Yeah. Sword and the Sorcerer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We saw that. You can still order pizza because they deliver. DoorDash and the Pizza Hut and all of that. They deliver around here.
You know what's one of the best Disney animated films? Sword in the Stone.
Wow, you cracked 3 of your ribs? How'd you do that?
Oh, wow.
Hope you do all right.
Sword in the Stone. Remember the Sword in the Stone?
No.
Yeah, the kid who turned out to be King Arthur.
Oh, okay.
But you remember the wizard, and the wizard was having the battle, and they kept changing each other into things. Oh, the wizard and the witch. Oh, you've seen it with me.
Okay.
She does this on purpose.
I don't know what you're talking about. I remember seeing the one. Was it the cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Sword in the Stone is one of the funniest Disney animated films they've ever done.
Dragon Con. Wow. 2000. Heard him shout at someone at his autograph.
Well, you go. Mickey Rooney's like what, 103? He's probably crazy now. You know what I mean? And to somebody who's had a career, he's been in show business for like 80 plus years. He probably feels awful having to do that.
Oh,
I can imagine. What happened to your fortune, Mickey Rooney?
It's been storming. Yeah, it's a lot of storms going through the area. Yeah. You did?
Oh.
I used to love that show as a kid, and we tried watching it about a year or so ago. I found it on one of those streaming platforms.
Shame on you, Alpha Trion.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch it.
They do maintain all their stations, even their coffee station. When's the last time you were in a gas station and the coffee station was clean?
Did you hear that the Super 7 Thundercats lair is about bigger than Snake Mountain. Any thoughts on getting? I bet you that's going to be about the price of the Snake
You're
Mountain. That
looking
was like $700.
it's going to be in the $7,000 to $1,000 range,
I mean,
especially tax and everything.
Yeah, I know the Thunder Tank was what $200-300, something like that. The Thunder Tank was expensive, but it turned out really nice. That Thunder Tank did. So
I wonder about the things like that because he's mentioned the same thing with Jerry Lewis as Mickey Rooney. When you are that huge, and then you're not, and when that ego bubble busts, I got to wonder about that. And Jerry Lewis is a great example. I don't think people today realize how huge Jerry Lewis was. Never mind all the movies and everything, and the singing career, and the stage performances. He must have done like 10,000 stage performances all through California and then Vegas and everywhere else, running from one show to the next. He had a comic book that ran for 14 years.
Oh, wow.
That's how big he was. And people forget that he had albums where he sang for real, not Jerry Lewis. Wah, Jerry. No, he could sing. So he had a massive career spanning decades and then nothing. You know, and I bet he was bitter.
Yeah. I don't know, because around here we got a couple of, I guess it does keep the doors open because it's like only the food court and the movie theater. And I know when we would take the clients out on like day trips, we would stop at a couple of the malls because we knew nobody was in there, and eat our lunch in the food court because nobody else was there. So they could sit and eat and not be bothered.
Yeah,
it's a couple that
or not interfere with other people because that can get weird.
Mainly that's the one. They don't interfere with other people because it's a couple of malls where it's still kind of busy, but a lot of the stores are still closed. And then they got like pop-up shops where they sell like body butter and oil and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then they don't last long because nobody wants that.
Took a bad fall.
Hey, at least she didn't fall under the truck. Yeah.
Driving to work, but I'm still listening. Okay. You can still order pizza without DoorDash. Yeah. Yeah, directly from around here the pizza companies still deliver.
Yeah.
But we just go get it. Besides being on some painkillers, I'm patiently waiting for a shipping notice on my Mesco Robin.
Keep waiting. Marvel? What Marvel? Marvel what? Nostalgic. Marvel. He's still asking. I don't know. Marvel what? NECA cartoon April O'Neil. Now I can consider my Toon Turtles collection complete.
Oh, good.
Okay. It's always good to wrap those up.
If I never meet anyone from Black White era of the Albert Costello Carlos, the guy played Dogwood and Blondie. Oh, we're about to.
Yeah, I like the old Abbott Costello stuff. All the old black and white stuff, or like Laurel and Hardy and the Three Stooges, and I watched all that stuff growing up. Oh, Snake Mountain Origins comes out next month. Is that another show, Eric?
He's talking about the figure.
Toy.
Yeah, he's talking about the figure.
Oh, okay.
I bought a bunch of Ninja Turtles at a really good price. Okay, good. I know.
Oh, is that the new Playmates ones? Yeah, the prices are all right. Marvel Secret. Secret Invasion. No, I haven't seen it.
No, we don't have Disney Plus.
No. Yeah, with the Skrulls. Yeah, way out of line for any modern toys, Cat's Lair, because that's probably the price point it'll be in, especially when you consider again tax and postage.
Yeah, it's going to be about that much because, like I said, Snake Mountain was $700, so it's going to be at least that or more.
Until it ends up at Ollie's for $15, Eric. That's what's going to happen.
We went to Ollie's Saturday, and they had the what's the name of it? Ghostbusters, like the Slimer, the Marshmallow Man.
There's a lot of legends.
Yeah, and it was like $3. Yeah. And they had the Bucky O'Hare figures, $3.99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Imagination. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Adults don't have imagination.
No, and you have to be able to share that with a child for them to really understand it. And there's no tactile toys anymore. There's no tactile toys anymore. The kids aren't playing with Legos. They're not playing with like where is it? Like these, because this you'll be seeing this on an upcoming video. Here's a preview because we got this from the estate sale also. Remember the Bristol blocks, and you had to interconnect them. The Bristol blocks, playing with stuff like this, which by the way, in Montessori school still requires children to play with this kind of stuff because it inspires imagination. It doesn't tell you what to do. You have to figure it out, make it work for yourself. And kids don't play with stuff like that anymore. They stare at a screen and they think they're learning. They're not learning anything. That's what kills me about it.
Yeah.
Because basically they're being babysat by it. It's keeping them company, but they're not really paying attention to whatever's on that screen.
No.
So they're not learning anything. So I don't care what kind of learning app it is. It's unfortunate. And anyway, nostalgic with the vinyl. We love our vinyl.
Are you going to the record convention? What, next week? No, in 2 weeks. It's in Marietta.
Yeah.
Celeb's passed away. Who you want to meet? Elvis. Who you want to meet, David?
Deceased celebrities?
I don't want to meet nobody dead.
I don't know.
I'm thinking of jumping into the Mondo X-Men line. I'm nervous. Don't want a broken.
I haven't heard anything about the X-Men, but you may as well get on it now while they're only making a couple, because that's what happened. I was fine with the Masters of the Universe when they were only doing a couple here and there, but now they're cranking them out, and I just can't do it.
No, we
haven't
done one on Saturday morning cartoon. What was the robot coasted $2,000?
Cost $2,000. Oh, that Mazinger. I
don't know what he's talking about. I'm thinking of giving Mondo a second chance on the X-Men line. I'm nervous though.
It is getting
prices are getting out of hand.
It has been going up. Yeah, Lincoln Logs. I used to play with the Lincoln Logs too. Oh,
hey,
there's
Gnomsky. Ollie's had a lot of good stuff lately, and everything's 15% off this weekend.
That's right.
Yeah, we called it, like I said yesterday. Oh, okay, good.
Oh, good.
Make sure you give us a wave.
Yeah,
because you'll recognize us, but we won't recognize you because we don't know what you look like.
Because we'll probably be going there, and it's
Yeah, the one in very warm in South Jersey. How's your city?
It's been hot out here.
It's like 100 degrees, literally. Does anyone remember a toy that was a cow and you had to grab the nipples and milk?
That doesn't sound familiar.
No, something he made up.
No, you think so?
Yeah, because it's Robert. And that's what he does.
Let's see what you did now. Oh, there it goes.
Did you guys see the interview with Hasbro CEO Chris Crocs saying that Hasbro is for rich people and hardcore collectors? No. I didn't see that.
Hasbro's a high-end toy company now.
I don't think it's a high-end. Oh wow, Nomsky says he has that toy.
Was it a board game? It sounds like some kind of weird board game piece.
Thrift find of the day, a black hole, since Davis always talk about, but I never seen it. And the Outer Limits box says, "Wow." Show a video of them Outer Limits. I have the sideshow Outer Limits. Somebody asked me to show it, the Outer Limits in the Twilight Zone, but it's packed away. But the 6 scale Twilight Zone and the 6 scale Outer Limits.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed this one. Ollie's went there Tuesday.
Yeah, they got tons of action figures and toys and all that stuff everybody was looking for and couldn't find, and now it's at Ollie's for like a third of the price.
Yeah, but then it makes you kind of want to wait, but then what if they don't get it? So you don't know. But if it's something you don't really want, but because like I got the Bucky O'Hare's, and it was like, okay, I would like to have that, but not at that price. But then I saw it at Ollie's for $3, so I got them.
Yeah,
because they were $3.99.
And then but they only had 2.
Yeah,
they only had 2 out of what 6 I think are in the set.
Oh wow, he says it's a huge cow,
like
12 inches tall.
Weird. I don't remember that. No, I did not see the super. Oh no, actually, I think I did. I like the uniqueness of the cards, but
Yeah.
Still, they're reaction figures, aren't they?
Hey, Wim. Really like a trans.
Oh,
Wow,
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Way out in Nicaragua. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's being weird. Oh.
No, it's therefore fines for DVDs. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you got the Black Hole?
Yeah, the Black Hole
The
DVD.
Black Hole, the movie. Had you never seen it before?
It was a good movie.
It's a forgotten masterpiece. Even the
masterpiece.
music is fantastic, and Roddy McDowell as the robot, doing the voice of the robot is Vincent. He voices Vincent, and the things that he says. Pay close attention to what Vincent is saying. He's very philosophical robot. It's interesting.
You have some of the Black Hole figures, toys.
Yeah, I got some Black figures, Mego action figures. They're on the other side of this display.
They're right here.
Oh yeah, those are the deluxe ones, the 12.5-inch, but the 3 3/4 inch are behind the display there. But another interesting thing about that movie, in the opening sequence, there's like this what looks like almost a laser show, and it shows a grid and all this other stuff. That's the first computer animation, or CGI, if you will, ever used in a film.
Okay.
Is in that opening sequence where you see the grid and stuff, and it's nothing. I mean, you don't know that it's even computer animation, but then the film itself, of course, it's all done with models and practical effects, which is amazing.
Yeah, we don't go to Ollie's often because it's not near us. But if we're somewhere and one is around, we'll stop. If you just sneak into a screening show growing up, I did. I snuck into a movie one time. Saw some dumb movies. We went. I paid, me and this girl, we went and paid for one movie, and it was early in the day, and we were leaving out, and another movie was about to start, and we went into that one, and then it ended, and we were leaving out, and another movie was about to start. We went into that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rarely, Robert. He says it's called Milky the Cow by Kenner.
Oh, it's made in 77. I never heard of that. I want to see it now. You got to post a picture up on Facebook. Oh, okay. Called Milky. What other things acting up? I may have to do some antique store hunting this week.
Good luck. It is hard with the way they price that stuff.
I know. The Black Hole ending, that ending was traumatizing for kids. Well, I don't remember the ending.
They slipped through into another dimension.
Oh, did they?
Because they got sucked into the black hole, and then what's his name?
Yeah, Ridley.
The captain's spirit was trapped inside.
Oh, I kind of remember that now.
It's weird. It's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of like the ending of 2001: A Space Odyssey. If you didn't read the book, you don't know what the hell's going on, and then you still might get confused.
Shoot, that's how people do, though. And I bet you that guy, he'll go to shows and sell it, because there's always that guy at a show that got 1 million Marvel Legends, and you're like, where do you get the Marvel Legends? And I know we were at
every show, or Star Wars Black Series. They got like 500 of them.
And we were at the last toy swap we were at, and I'm looking at some of the figures that people had, because we had been to a Ollie's like earlier that week, I think, and I'm like, these look like the stuff that came from Ollie's. Because it was newer figures, the way that they looked, it just looked like that's where they came from. And I mean, hey, if that's what you do, that's what you do. It doesn't bother me none. I haven't got nothing to say about it, but I'm just saying, when people want it, they can't get it. But then you got 1 million of them, and then you bought it for $3, and then you taking it to a show, and you're selling it for $40.
All the more reason we prefer seeing vintage stuff at a lot of shows.
No, yeah, there are no Ollie's. I don't think there are like 1 million of them. They're not like big lots or nothing. So you got to kind of look for it.
A lot of peg warmers.
Yeah, Star Wars, a ton of Star Wars. They got a lot of those Lego figures. They had that G.I. Joe too. No, they didn't. That wasn't
Lady J. They had a ton of Lady J.
No, I was thinking about something we saw at the flea market today.
Oh,
Never mind. I have the Vincent Maximilian and B.O.B. from the Black Hole. I
Old
saw.
Bob, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that movie when I was 4. I was amazed by it.
Yeah, it is. It is a well done film. It's one I would recommend if you haven't seen it. He snuck into a Gene Wilder movie.
Oh yeah, see no
I-
evil, hear no evil, see no evil, see no evil, hear no evil.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
where one was pretending to be blind and one was pretending to be deaf. I snuck into Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, you did?
Tommy asked me to go, and I told him I didn't have any money, and then and he said, "Oh, I'll take care of it." And his idea of taking care of it was sneaking in. When I didn't know until we got there, and it's like, wait a minute, what? What are we doing? Thanks, Tommy.
Mark said you ruined the whole movie for him.
I didn't.
Now he don't want to go see it.
It's well worth it, Toy Chic.
Event Horizon. I don't know if I saw it. That sounds familiar. I don't know if I saw it though. Army building. Why do you need 10 identical figures unless you're doing some diorama?
Because,
I agree.
Yeah.
Was the first Disney movie with adult language rated PG. Heck, now, sure, how Star Trek the Motion Picture was rated G in those days with the terrifying transporter malfunction.
Well, that's why McCoy never likes the transporter. People already build. Yeah, it must be nice.
I mean, you got that much money because one toy costs like $250.
Yeah,
how do you army build $250? I don't know. The real criminal was hiding from police and snuck in a theater and saw RoboCop for the first time. Oh wow!
RoboCop was traumatizing. That was a good movie. That's classic '80s.
What?
RoboCop. That's a classic '80s. The first two. The third one was crap.
I was the only one that knew how to get in the front and get caught.
Shame on you.
I want to see that Cat's Lair centerpiece that opens.
Well, we'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Army build. Hey, Kaiser. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Is an excuse to buy up all the stock.
Well,
I agree.
And people army build weird stuff because we've talked about it before, like that guy's video where he has something like 250 man tenants.
Or the Moss Man. He got like 100 Moss Man.
Moss Man, and another one was Sucker Man, or not Sucker Man, but Leech.
Yeah.
Leech, or somebody has Yak Face. Yak Face is an expensive figure, and you have like 90 of them, and no wonder no one can find one.
Or the G.I. Joe guy, he got like 20 of every vehicle, and then he got the soldiers to go with the vehicle.
And the thing is, when those guys die and their family doesn't give a crap about their collection, those are going to flood the market and the values are going to tank.
Yeah. Serious question. So what do you do if your toys came to life?
Start filming.
Yeah, because nobody's going to believe you.
I know.
And if they see the video, they're still not going to believe you. They're going to think his animation was rated NC for 17 due to the violence.
The scene that they had to cut down to keep it from a R rating was the scene where the cop was getting shot in the first place.
No.
When the guy who became RoboCop, when they were tormenting him, they caught him in that warehouse, and he's like no with the shotgun, and he shot his hand, and his hand popped, and they just tormented him with shooting him, torturing him to death. That scene was much longer, and so they cutting that scene down reduced their rating. Murphy was the police officer. Murphy.
Okay. Oh, Gilgamesh got a weird theory about the
I've heard that.
Oh yeah. About the person dying.
It's a copy of the person coming out of the transporter instead of the actual person. I've heard that.
They're on my side. Yeah,
because I think the new Twilight Zone did that episode with the army soldiers, the little the kids, little toy soldiers.
I do remember that. Was it Twilight Zone or Outer Limits or something?
Yeah,
like that?
One of those.
I do remember
it was the new one from the 80s.
Yeah. 100 Mossmen. I keep seeing Stephen King from Creepshow. Yeah, it's a bunch of people on YouTube. They do their tours, and they just got And one guy, he's a GI Joe collector. He loves to army build. He army builds everything, and he got a well organized. And he literally got like every vehicle, but he got like 20 of each vehicle. And then he got the soldiers, and he got like 20, 30 soldiers. And then he got, now the play sets, I think he only got one play set. But when it comes down to soldiers' vehicles, he got it all, because he said he loved to army build stuff. And a lot of horror figures and villains as well as heroes. So my home could turn into chaos. I want the Universal Monsters, and I'm gonna end up getting the Sideshow Universal Monsters, the 1/6 scale.
Who knows? I don't know. Blue? Who knows? Just whatever. Because it's just some people just have like, I don't know, something about certain figures just appeals to them.
Yeah, yeah. And that guy loved Mossman, and he had a ton of them. The scene traumatized me the first time. I don't know what
they had a lot of squid. Yeah, when they caught Murphy,
I don't even know which one is Murphy.
The guy that became RoboCop.
Oh, okay.
And they killed him, and they rushed him to the hospital and pronounced him dead because they shot the piss out of him. But that scene with them tormenting him and shooting him off, shooting pieces off him bit by bit, they had to cut that scene.
Oh, okay. Creepshow 2. Thanks for the ride, lady. I don't think I ever seen Creepshow. Wasn't Creepshow the cartoon?
No.
Oh.
I've seen it, but I don't remember it very well.
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys have been weird.
Yeah. Hey, David. Never in a beach movie, apparently. The Lifeguard starring Sam Elliott. I don't think we saw that.
Oh, the Lifeguard. It sounds familiar, but I don't remember. I don't remember. If I saw it, it was a million years ago.
Oh, no, that's been out. I have that. That's the first one that came out, The Creature from the Black Lagoon. And they came
a green and a grayscale.
Yeah, they have a colored one and a grayscale one, and I have both. And I thought that was going to open the door for them to do all of them, but they never did. That came out a couple of years back now. Probably, I think that came out before COVID or right after COVID. Yeah. But that's been out for a while, and they never put anything else out after that. And I thought they would. I was like, okay.
They never got back to it. Yeah, they just dropped it.
But the Sideshow one is nice, and they're still a reasonable price. You can find them on eBay at a pretty good price.
Yeah, because they're considered obsolete now because they're not detailed enough. Yeah. So they've been forgotten about, kind of.
And a lot of people don't want them.
A lot of 6 scale collectors are fickle like that. Yeah. And the next new thing comes along, and they don't care anymore.
Yeah.
After all that effort.
But I mean, I guess I kind of understand, because the newer figures are more detailed. They got better articulation and that kind of stuff. But for me and what I do with my figures, I don't need all that. You know, if they were out and the price was good, I would do it. But they're not available, so I'm not going to worry about it. So I would get the older one. And Sideshow don't do bad stuff, because like I said, I do have their 6 scale Twilight Zone and the 6 scale Outer Limits, and they're fine. They look good, you know, so that's fine. I thought the guy in the melting acid.
Yeah, at the end of the first RoboCop film, when he got burned.
Yeah.
Help me! Yeah, get off me, man.
Comic live streams and other comic with other. Well, that wasn't really supposed to be just comic. We reached out to people, and the comic people are the only ones that responded.
Yeah.
We reached out to toy collectors. Well, we did have 2. We had MIB, Johnny Shendrick.
Yes.
And we had Lou. Those are the only 2 toy people that responded.
Motu Joe.
Oh yeah, Motu Joe and Justice Curry. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot about those. So we had like 4, and then and those were the ones that were like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it.
He's talking about Collecto 6. Are you talking about Colecto 6 or Comic Collector Geek?
Yeah, Alan loved those Good Girl ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they both have pretty outstanding collections
too.
too.
Oh my God. Their collection is to die for. Oh, they have wonderful collections. I love watching them. I love seeing their stuff. But you're either talking about Alan, and Alan does have a channel, and he will, if you request for him to show certain things, he will show certain books. Now, Colecto 6, that's the older guy that came on, and he's from Oregon. He does not have a channel, but he is on Instagram. At Colecto 6 on Instagram. But yeah, we haven't done it in a while because we reach out to people and they say no, or whatever.
No, actually, Ed 209 was the state's wet dream because that's the one they wanted to militarize.
Ed 209 was the Dredd, right?
Huh?
Judge Dredd. Who is that?
No, Ed 209 was the big machine that they tried to roll out before RoboCop, but it kept killing everybody.
Oh, remember? Yeah.
It's like, drop your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply. And you put the gun down. You now have 15 seconds. Hey, wait a minute. And everybody starts running.
Hey, Patrick. How are you?
Patrick Peluso is here. Thanks for joining us this evening.
I've always said if they do a third Escape from
Chicago.
I saw those LA and New York, Escape from New York.
They're fun.
Yeah, they were.
They were fun.
Escape from America. I love to know what the Robot Toxic Waste guy is made of.
That splash. Should have looked where he was going. Oh,
it's
come
doing
on.
It again.
Here we go.
I think Tamashii Nations is going to have the best showing at Comic-Con this year. They haven't done a lot of announcements yet because San Diego is coming up this month, right? It's usually in July, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be.
But I haven't really seen a lot. I've seen some, but not as much as they normally reveal.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering.
They should wheel it back because it's too much.
Yeah. You should bring back your old guests again. Great people hanging with you. Justice, maybe Pixel. They seem humble. Yeah.
No, Justice was good.
Yeah.
It's tough for him with his schedule, though.
Yeah, so he does it in the middle of the day. So you got to be available in the middle of the day.
Yeah, but Justice seems like a good guy.
Yeah. But we enjoy doing those.
Yeah.
It's fun doing them.
He was defunded. You saw what happened. It was in the second film. They killed his budget.
Ed 209.
Drop your weapon. You know that was a microphone. Ed 209. The model was built around a microphone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Defund RoboCop police. Yeah.
Who's this? Oh, Raw Talk is here.
Thanks for Raw Talk.
Yeah, it was because they have a lot of knowledge about the subjects and they have a lot of the books, so it's you can tell a lot more about it when you actually have the stuff.
Yeah, when you can actually show examples and
you enjoy it because those guys, they're not dealers. They rarely will sell anything.
Alan won't sell you nothing. He don't care if he got 5 copies.
Yeah.
He is not getting off it. Because he can't part, and I understand that because I have stuff I can't sell nothing.
Yeah,
I say I'm gonna sell.
It's hard.
Something.
It's hard, and I do the overflow. Like if I set up a table at like Retro Toy Swap, it's all comics that we already have.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
And toys, we got double up because I got double toys and still have a hard time because you never know, you might drop one.
Oh my God, he's talking about the person that was interviewed on the Man on the Street in the RoboCop film, the first one, when they were asking people, "What do you think about having this robot police or whatever?"
Well, they're trying to do that now with that mall cop they got that rolls around the mall.
Yeah, that drone.
If everything is a franchise release, because
and that's fine.
That's true.
That's fine if they stay true to the story arc.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem though. They don't stay true to the story arc, and it's like, what the hell am I looking at? You know, this is not. It doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. Oh,
Hey,
pop
pulp.
culture is there?
It's
Pulp culture arts.
in arts.
Oh,
I know.
oh.
David has a radio announcer's voice. Go ahead.
In a word.
Say, in a word.
Yeah.
Can't believe Jada made the RoboCop car. That's pretty cool. I can't wait. They're coming out with the Frankenberry and the Blueberry, and I can't wait for that. And they are doing more toys. Jada Metals is, so that's good. But I'm not going to be repetitive because we talked about that last time.
Yeah, it is, and that's what happens to a lot of people. They get bored and they sell their collection, or they need the money and they sell their collection, or something like that. And then like 5-10 years later, they're like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And it happens.
I need 60-year-old Tom Cruise.
Legend 2? Oh, well, you can't do Legend 2 because you can't get Tim Curry.
What? What's Legend 2?
Legend was a film in the 80s, and it's like Tom Cruise's earliest role. And it had Tim Curry playing the devil. It's the one with the huge horns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Tim Curry, he had that stroke a few years ago. He can
did he?
He can hardly even speak. He's
wow.
a mess. So
wow.
They couldn't get Tim Curry. If they could get Tim Curry and Tom Cruise, that'd be cool. But it's not going to work. Because they could get someone else, but it wouldn't feel right, you know.
I don't know what that means.
Retconned, huh?
That's the last franchise 007.
That's true, because the last couple of films they screwed it up. But yeah, and as silly as 007 got, it was still fun. It was still fun. Although I think Diamonds Are Forever is probably one of the best ones. Diamonds Are Forever with Sean Connery, and On Her Majesty's Secret Service with that other guy, I can't remember his name, and then Roger Moore, Live and Let Die, with The Song Is For, you know, the song from Paul McCartney. That's probably Roger Moore's best one. Moonraker's pretty cool though, but Live and Let Die is fantastic. View to a Kill's fun too with Grace Jones, but his best one is Live and Let Die, which was the first one.
I keep thinking about selling some of my collection off, but every time I look at it,
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
When I'm tired of it, I just pack it up and put something else up in its place, and that'll relieve that feeling of wanting to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Pack it up and put it away.
Do a rotation.
Yeah. What do you think about
it? Is, and the action figures are cheap as dirt, because the action figures, I think Kenner made them. You can find them real cheap, and it is an underrated film. It's got great music, and it's a great soundtrack, and Arnold picked the music himself, which is surprising because he's a country music fan, because it's all rock. But he knows what would work for the film. You know, he's not stupid when it comes to cinematography. But yeah, it's a fun ride, especially since it makes fun of the goofiness of action films. You know, like kind of like what Ben Stiller did with Tropic Thunder.
Oh, okay.
You know, where they were making fun of just Hollywood in general. He was taking a stab at action films, and it's one of the few times he's done a comedy and it's worked. Although Jingle All the Way was okay, but you know, for a holiday film,
yeah.
But still, usually when they do, when guys like that do a comedy, it doesn't come out right.
Yeah, because Twins was awful.
Twins wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Or the one where he was a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
Or pregnant man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But which was a flop the first time it came out, in like, what was it, 74 or 75, starring Billy Crystal. And it's like, this movie was already a bomb, and you want to make it again?
Well, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, it didn't help. It didn't work. Although I like Stallone and Oscar. Some of Stallone's attempts at comedy are pretty bad, but Oscar was fun.
Oscar was good.
But that was just an adaptation from play, and they stayed true to the play, to the stage production. So it felt right. Which movies are non-stop winners and haven't had any bad sequels? Who knows? George, thank you, George Lazenby, on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Okay.
He was 007 one time, and he felt like there was too much of a stigma of trying to fill Sean Connery's shoes, so he refused to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And the studio had to hire Sean Connery back, even though they hated him.
Oh.
They did not like Sean Connery. They didn't like working with him.
Mm.
He did a good job. He was a good actor, but I guess he was tough to work with as far as negotiations were concerned.
I think David said Tim Curry's voice is all
that's what he's
up.
Suggesting. It could work if his
In your opinion, who played the best James Bond?
It depends, because they all did it very differently.
Hey, Fabio.
Hey, Fabio joined us. Because a lot of people did it, and they all had a different take on it. It felt like a different Bond. It's kind of like if you asked who's the best cinematic Joker, because Cesar Romero was great in Batman '66, but so was Jack Nicholson in Batman '89, and so on. Everybody, I can't say anything about Jared Leto because I didn't see Suicide Squad, but every Joker has been a great Joker, and every Bond has been a good Bond for his era in his own way. You know what I mean? Because the feel of the Bond character was very different from one grouping to the next.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Roger Moore was a very different Bond from Sean Connery, but Sean Connery's Bonds had a very 60s vibe. And then Roger Moore had a very 70s vibe, and so on, So I think they all, what's this?
Josh wants to know that.
2 Diaclone pilots, but never had Japanese Transformers. Did any American issued Transformers come with pilots? No. Hasbro did away with that for cost cutting. They took all the metal components out of the Transformers, because they weren't Transformers then. But they took all the metal off because the original little pilots had magnetic feet, so they could stand anywhere on the robots. So Hasbro was like, oh, we don't want to pay for all that. So they took it all out, because that's what toy companies do when they would take it. The Japanese toys were always the best. Like even these right here, the Mattel Shoguns, the Japanese versions are much better. They have more accessories. They come with extra sets of fists and all kinds of craziness. Even the Japanese version of the Godzilla this is based on had a pull string talk box, so you could pull a string and it could roar. Mattel did away with all of it to cut corners, and Hasbro did the same thing with the Transformers.
Yeah, Eric, I heard that, but one thing I know from my own experience, you got to watch that stuff yourself.
Yeah.
Because some people will say something is bad, like the Batman movie. I love that movie. I thought it was great.
For what it was, they did a good job.
Yeah, a lot of people said it was bad. So you got to go vote your own opinion.
Yeah.
I know I'm not a fan of Indiana Jones, so I probably won't like it. But again, I've seen a lot of I watch those channels out there that do the reviews. And, you hear what they say, you get their opinion, but you still got to watch it yourself and see what it is, because you might like something that everybody else thinks is awful. And you're like, man, that movie was great. Or everybody else thought it was good and you think it's awful. So.
Yeah, Santa Claus wasn't bad. Tim Allen.
I don't think I've seen it. Oh, it was 3 of them?
I saw the first 2. I didn't see the third one. I didn't see the third one.
Like, I thought Bad Santa was awful. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Selling my collection has not yet crossed my mind. There is no way I would be able to rebuy my older Japanese imports for a decent price. That's true. And that's the one thing that scares me about selling off my collection. Yeah, you might want to sell it off today to make room. You're tired for it. I'm an adult now. And then in 10 years, you want them all back, but the price is tripled on some of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the original Japanese ones, they had these little, like, 1-inch tall little men that you could put in the vehicles. No, there's no backstories or stuff like that. There's nothing. You don't know who they are. I sell stuff that doesn't come close to me in childhood. Everything is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the patience.
Timothy Dalton. He liked the Timothy Dalton. And that one had, and again, that was more of more like crime fighting than anything else. Like, remember, one of the people that he went after was a big drug dealer, a big like a cartel king in one of the films, and that was during the that was pretty much during the height of popularity of Miami Vice, wasn't it? Which would make sense, but that felt like more like international crime fighting with Timothy Dalton. But it was still a decent Bond, and it was still cool movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Death Wish 6. Yeah. They tried to bring that back. They brought it back with a female.
Oh, Roger Moore was the best Bond. Mark Hamill is the best.
Oh,
yeah, the
voice
animated
acting. Yeah.
Yeah, he did do a good job on that.
Yeah, the original. Well, Mattel called it the Shogun line, but back when they did it, and it's called oh god, what's the term for it? I can't think of what it was. It'll pop into my head in a minute. But yeah, the one that these Godzillas are modeled after, it had a different head. The body was the same, the shooting fist, all that. But there's a speaker box on his chest and a pull string, and you pull it, and it makes roaring noises.
Nomsky thinks Sean Connery is the only James Bond out there, and there's no one near him.
Yeah, I like Connery. I was just saying they all bring something to it, but yeah, I like Sean Connery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come on.
To be fair, most modern movies and TV shows don't really go over too well.
No, it's not, because they relying way too much on like CGI and all this other stuff. Plus, they try to put their own message that nobody wants to hear.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Johnny's got to go.
Okay.
Well, thanks for joining us, Johnny.
Yeah, they always got to put modern day issues in it. And you don't want to see that. We already living in that time when we already have to deal with the issues. We don't want to have to watch a movie or a TV show and hear about it some more. You know, you watch TV and movies and play video games, watch sports to get away from that. Not that we want to go watch a sporting event and got to hear about the current climate of the world. We don't want to see that.
We know what the world
up
looks
and down
like.
the
Leave us
field with
alone.
the ball.
Yeah.
Bounce the ball and throw it in the basket. That's all we want to see you do. We don't want to hear about your thoughts and opinions. I'm 48 years old, don't have kids. I'm worried about my collection. I don't buy as much as I used to because I fear I won't have long to enjoy it. Depressing when I know. You can't do that. You got to keep on buying.
Yeah.
You love it as long as breath in your body and then blood flowing through your veins. You keep on.
You enjoy it. You enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's keeping you going.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Life's hard enough.
Yeah.
And that's why we try to avoid too much of it comes up from time to time, but the politics and the social stuff, we try not to hang on it here, because it should be this sort of thing should be a sanctuary for people.
Yeah, and like we've said before, the one thing that everybody in this chat and that's watching can agree on, we love toys, comics, and everything nostalgia. We might not have the same religious views, political views, but we can agree on that. Yeah. So for the time we're together, let's talk and concentrate on the things we can enjoy. But, you're 48, you don't have kids, but that don't mean stop living. You still got to enjoy yourself. And, when you die, even if you do have kids, they might not want it and they throw it in the trash. They give it to Goodwill. They have a yard sale. So you can't worry about it. You know? If that's what you like, that's what you like. And keep on moving. I love Timothy Dalton.
Yeah. Timothy Dalton's a good actor.
Yeah.
Actually.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do. You saw him in The Lion in Winter. He played the French Prince.
Okay.
I think that's what might have been his first big cinematic role.
I have those movies.
I'm amazed and marvel at my collection because I made it my own. Yeah, and you should be proud of it. Yeah. All that work and effort.
I mean, you work hard. You go to work. You make your little money. You save. You scrap. You go without to buy that piece that you really like, and you finally get it. You want to enjoy it. That's your money. You spend it the way you want to. You like the things you like, and you have that right. It's you worked hard for. God, that's
This
$2,000.
this is it. Yeah, I found. I
Oh
just
my God.
I just remembered what it was called, and so now I'm good. I can split the screen and show people. Yeah, I told you it would pop into my head in a minute.
Controversy.
Princess Bride was a good movie. He says overrated.
Yes.
I liked it. I thought it was okay for what it was.
I have religious people tell me I need to say, yeah, okay, you go ahead and on.
Yeah.
And they're going to tell you that Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven is demonic. Don't listen to them people. That's enough about that.
I've heard that many times, and those people never actually listen to it because he's explaining that it can't work.
Yeah.
In the movie. Let me just cover this up. Dr. No, 3 Blind Mice passive heavy floor when I was a kid. Yeah. Dr. No was cool. I still like Diamonds Are Forever better.
Spike.
Mm-hmm. And people get rid of their parents' belongings. Some people just aren't sentimental. No, they're not. But here, I'm gonna.
Man, I saw on. Go ahead, share your screen. I saw just a little bit ago. I was on Macari looking for some patches, and somebody had, it was called the junk drawer sale.
Yeah.
They had the people pictures, letters, patches, pins, all kinds of personal items in there. And it's like, how can you get rid of people? Sell a person's pictures to a total stranger.
Selling their history. Basically.
I mean, at least take the pictures out and the letters.
Yeah. You see the shooting arm. It still has the shooting arm and the same basic design, except the head and the spines are different.
Oh,
and
that looks weird.
And this is the box here. This one's, it's okay. It's not in bad shape.
Mm-hmm.
And the spines are different. And here's the pull string. And when you pull the string, it makes like this this weird, like kind of barking sound. But Hasbro did away with the voice box. Changed the spines on his back and then gave him a different head.
Okay.
And that's why you see on the Hasbro ones there's like 4 screws in the neck because the head didn't quite fit right.
No.
Oh, the spring's broken for the launcher.
Yeah. Well, they still want $3,000 for that.
The wheels are different on this too, as you can see. Still has a sticker for the tail assembly. But yeah, they're just showing you here that this is the real deal. I couldn't remember. They call it, I think Popey. Yeah, Popey made it, and it's called the Jumbosaurus, but it's supposed to be Godzilla. And like I said, it popped back into my head. In case none of you have ever seen that.
Okay.
Where are we here?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, you just read that. Okay.
Yeah, totally agree, David. This channel is a sanctuary for like-minded collectors and people with appreciation for the hobby and the history of it. Yeah, and that's all we're trying to do. We can all have totally different opinions about different things in the social.
And there's no need to argue and fight about it and be all hateful because the world's hard enough. People are hard enough because people make the world hard. The world itself is not hard.
I understand.
It makes you more selective.
Yeah.
You don't jump on the new stuff so much that way.
Yeah, I learned that lesson, and that's one of the reasons why I've slowed down a lot. Hope you do more collabs. Maybe bring back some old guests.
We might.
Kind of hope Uncle Tim. He never responded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we asked you once. We ain't gonna harass you.
I ain't begging.
No. We ain't gonna harass a person. We send out the email.
Harry Potter's a story. You know what you do, Ridley? You read Harry Potter with your kid or you watch the movie, as long as that kid understands it's fantasy. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Pre-Shogun, because Shogun was Mattel's concept to tie it in with the Force 5 TV show. Or the Force 5 TV run, because it was after school cartoon, and every day was a different show, but they called it Force 5, and so Mattel called it Shogun, but Popey called it something else. I don't remember the term. 60s Godzilla, because that's what they were going for. But yeah, their stuff was way cooler and much harder to find
after the 80s. For being my sister and brother-in-law were always talking about that when I was a kid.
They still having that panic, trust me. It's still out there. There are people that are still in that panic mode.
I mean, I ain't going down there. Go ahead.
No, it didn't have the tongue, Robert. That was Mattel's idea.
Oh,
and it's flame. It's supposed to be flame, actually. But
it looks like a tongue.
It looks like a tongue. They're all like, "Hey, let's get rid of the." Oh, what can we do? They go, "We're going to get rid of that voice box. That's way too expensive. Let's." And funny enough, Mattel was famous for pull string talking toys, but they were like, "What can we do? Let's just give them flame instead. It's only going to be that long, but because it's really short."
Yeah. Raccoon Eyes Real Deal says you could just put him in your wheel. Mm-hmm. Why is always Godzilla versus sit down with?
Because they're always cutting up, and his job is to keep them in line.
I'm totally proud of my commitment. Yeah, that's right. No one else's opinion. It doesn't, because it's your money.
This. Did they pay for it?
That's right.
If they're buying it for you, they can have some input.
Yeah, that's always my saying. You don't pay for nothing. You didn't give me a dime, and I didn't ask you for a dime.
You didn't give me anything but your bad advice.
Yeah, and I didn't even ask for the advice. So, I mean, as long as and I'm dead serious, it might sound funny, but if you keep that mindset, not just with toys, but in everything, people come to your house. Ooh, I don't like this couch. Well, you can leave because I didn't invite you over anyway. And you didn't buy the couch. I didn't ask you for the money. People always got something to say about your stuff. They want to spend your money and live your life.
No, I didn't have Big Rex. That's a cool toy, though. You know what was another really cool one, though?
What?
Mothra's larva. Remember the big caterpillars for Mothra? They made one in the late 80s or early 90s, and this sucker was like 2.5, 3 feet long. It was huge, and it was remote controlled, and you put a can of silly string inside this. I forget who made it. It's a Japanese toy. And it would spray the silly string out of its mouth like it did in the movie, because it would spray the silk on you and tie you up. But you could spray the silly string out of that thing. It was expensive as hell. I remember seeing that at shows in the early 90s and being like, "Oh my god, that thing is cool."
It's a Robert.
Fat Godzilla with elephant legs.
I'm young enough to remember mothers burning their kids' Pokemon cards in the schoolyard.
Some of those are worth something now, too.
Oh,
those kids are probably mad.
Still love Godzilla and King Kong.
Godzilla is awesome.
Kota Bukai has
Bushido Transformers figures. It's going to be Starscream. I'm all in on this line. Oh, okay.
Bushido, what does that look like? I got to look it up. You waste your money on this, you're not a teenager anymore.
Yeah. You're wasting your money.
What do they want you to spend your money on?
They want you to live the way they want you to live, and not how you need to.
I like really. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Mom. Why do you buy all them cigarettes? Mm-hmm. Something.
Why do you drink so much? Spend all your money on alcohol and loose women.
Hard liquor and loose women and fast cars.
I think I saw a YouTube clip of Johnny Carson actually playing with a Marx.
It might have been. Carrier. Oh no, that one's not Marx. That's deluxe reading. Mm-hmm. The one that I showed last time, the Battleship. That's the deluxe reading Battle Wagon. Soundwave is awesome. Great voice acting on that too.
I love his voice. I like that Soundwave G.I. Joe crossover, but I did not realize that thing was $150. I did not. I honestly thought it was like $50 at Walmart.
Those crossover sets?
Yeah, I really did.
And then it's in a sealed box. You can't even see the stuff anyways unless you open it.
And I'm okay with that because the artwork is nice enough for me to be all right with that. But I honestly thought that was going to be at Walmart. You could get it for like $50.
Is the Bushido where they make everything a chick, like they did with Freddy Krueger, but it's a girl?
Oh, that's what that is?
I think that's what that is.
I ask every time you're alive, but have you made it to what? Oh, Maya. Oh, yeah. That's the girl with the braided eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in the Maya now. we're into the
yeah,
few
we a
episodes
couple episodes
yeah.
in now, because the last one we watched, what happened on there? That's when they went to that planet and the rocks were alive.
And she tried to turn into one, and she got in trouble.
My mom gives me crap about having thousands of movies, but it's funny now because she started collecting CDs.
Yep. See.
Good line.
Oh,
it's
see.
nice,
Okay, I was right. It's, I can't see Starscream as a human female.
Oh yeah,
all
no,
right,
I don't want that. You should tell them to cast the first.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit with a rock. I do have Mattel Crusher.
What's a Crusher? Oh, that's that one
the green one.
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
He's standing over here, actually, right behind this. Does that look familiar? Toy Chic, are you still in here?
Oh yeah. Oh God, this thing got some weight on it.
Yeah, so you can throw it and hurt somebody.
I'm gonna put this with my Macho Man figures.
No. This is he didn't give that to you.
Don't matter.
That's Mattel's Crusher.
We're one.
I don't have
married.
I don't have the box for this one though.
That's what they said at the altar when they was reading out them things.
Did they? I don't
You're
remember
one
what they said.
in marriage.
I only remember the part where it says love and obey.
But, that wasn't in there because I had it taken out.
Oh, you did not.
Oh.
And basically, he's hollow, and you squeeze him, and you squeeze all the air out of him, right, like that. And then there's a valve that you turn. The valve's often broken. This one still works. He stays compressed, and when you open the valve back up again, he reinflates. All the air sucks back into him. And a lot of people think that he is the antagonist for Stretch Armstrong, but he is not, because Stretch Armstrong was made by Kenner, and this is Mattel.
Oh, okay. Gilgamesh says his dad collects Coke and his mama porcelain figures, so neither of them got room to talk. My mama, she collects a whole lot of stuff, just a lot of random things. So she never say anything. My dad always asks if I'm gonna sell myself. And I'm like, why? Is it in your way? And he always like, no. I'm like, well, what do you want me to sell it for? So you can have money. And I'm like, do I ever ask you for money? You're like, no. So what is your point?
Yeah.
We don't even live in the same state. What are you talking about?
How are you going to get to sleep at night, Robert, if you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Watch a bad horror movie and you're up all night thinking about it.
Not me.
Mm-hmm.
Bushido is where, everything. Yeah. No, I don't like all that. I don't want that. Everyone's a hypocrite.
They can be.
Mm-hmm. What would your childhood self say to you? Like, wow.
Probably be jealous because I didn't have nothing.
Yeah, me too. Because I didn't know this stuff existed, because when we were kids, we didn't get toys like all this. We got bikes and radios and clothes, and that's it. I had a Nintendo game, the first Nintendo, and like maybe one or two Barbie dolls and some other like dolls, but nothing like what we have now.
Josh says he just got the box, but he doesn't have the figure.
The box of what?
Crusher, I guess. The box tough to come by.
That's a start. You gotta start somewhere.
Crusher loose would be easier to find in the box, although he's tough to find without a lot of paint wear, because mine's pretty intact, but that paint rubs off.
Oh wow, they're going back to Earth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we just saw the one with them rocks.
Yeah.
And that rock had dude under a spell. I just went to Nickel City Con in Buffalo. 30 each Friday and 45 per person on Saturday. One day, I actually got to meet one of Jim Henson's puppeteers and was allowed out of the displays. Oh, wow.
That's neat.
Sorry, my comment is about
Crusher.
Oh, okay.
That's all right.
Mm-hmm. Hello again.
Hey. Hello again. Happy 4th July. Just eat plenty of barbecue ribs for me. LPH and I must be cut from the same rock because Batman is my favorite comic book character.
I love Batman. Oh, dude, that's my favorite.
Batman, and for Marvel, it's probably the Punisher or Daredevil.
Who? No, I mean, yeah,
like Daredevil.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want their comic book.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you say that now.
I don't, unless it's one that has an interesting cover. But with Batman, I want as many as I can. I can get that's within the price range. Reason I brought up I thought LPH did same watching all the creepy horror murder stuff. So I do. I watch them all. I can go to bed. I can watch one right before bed, and sometimes I do. You're coming along with your '90s toy collection.
Yeah, she's got. Well, you got the Shadow.
Yeah,
the Shadow's 90s.
I got the Shadow. I got Beetlejuice. Yeah, Captain Planet, Beetlejuice, and what else from the '90s? Oh, I got the Swamp Thing. That was '90s. The Swamp Thing figures are from the '90s.
Yeah.
And
no, Swamp Thing's '89, isn't it?
Was it?
I think it's '89.
Yeah, it might be. And now,
close enough.
That Bucky O'Hare is a redo. I got that today
because it was just the right price.
$3.99. You can't beat it.
Yeah, but I know she'd like to get the originals. The originals aren't that expensive.
I really want the Bucky O'Hare and the Toxic Crusader originally, but the original Toxic Crusader is too much. So
a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get with the Super 7 one. Got you interested?
Modern releases? Not too much, really.
That Brave Star, I'm really into that Brave Star.
The ramen toys?
Yeah, ramen toys.
The Brave Marshall. The Marshall.
I really want that. And they showed the Brave Star and the 3030. I went on their website, but it's not up for pre-order yet.
Yeah, still not.
So yeah, I really want that. But nothing else that I'm seeing that's about to come out that I'm interested in getting. Not right now. I'm kind of backing off from the modern stuff.
Yeah, me too. I've been I took a step back and a good hard look at it because it's so expensive and it comes out so quickly, and then often it's not quite what it was cracked up to be. So at least with the older stuff, you know what you're getting.
And so as soon as the necessities are taken, I get yeah. See, there's your money that you worked hard for. So hey, as long as you don't have to go borrow every month just so you can go buy.
I don't think she has any from Harvey.
But Harvey, oh yeah, he asked that before.
Yeah.
No,
she's got some nice stuff, but I don't think it's any.
I don't really have a lot of pre-code horror. I do have a couple of ECs, and those are reprints. I do have some true crime, or like crime comics, because I like those, and but I don't think I have anything from Harvey, and I definitely don't have any Harvey pre-code. I know that for sure. Yeah, but the crime comics are pretty good too, and I do have a few of those, and I'm getting more. I got to see Dark Crystal.
Oh, the Skeksis head.
Oh.
From the movie. Dark Crystal.
We saw Dogs. Movie. Isn't that the one with the animals and puppets?
Yeah. It's all done with puppets. That's a good movie. Actually, I saw that in the theater.
Yeah. Toy Chic has a good Toxic Crusader collection. Batman is my favorite DC. Hulk is from Marvel. I got the DC Marvel crossover Treasury. Oh, okay. Hulk and Batman collection.
Hulk's pretty good too. Blossom, no. Mr. T. Urkel, yeah. I got I have the Pee Wee Hermans. I've got the Matchbox stuff. I've got some things for Matchbox, Pee Wee Herman.
I want the New Kids on the Block action figures.
Yeah, that's what she was talking about, Toy Chic, because they're like $3.99 there.
Yeah,
but they only had two.
Yeah,
they only had two different
like
ones. 50 of each, but two different.
One thing I like about vintage stuff, there's an actual. That's right, and that's what we talk about a lot.
You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to get to like wave 76 of the Black Series, and you're like, oh my God, is it going to stop?
Do you guys have any gold key Twilight? Yes,
she does.
And I have Samson. I
don't think. Do you have Mighty Samson?
I think I do. Mm-hmm. I think I have one. I don't know if that was a series, but I do believe I have one. And no, I don't read Star Trek. I don't like Star Trek. I didn't read the whole thing. I miss chunky big monster toys like your Crush.
Oh, he was saying Mighty Samson and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you got the Gregory the vampire bat. I've got one.
You got that.
I've got it boxed sitting over here.
Mm.
I did get that one in the box. Uh-oh,
GameStop,
huh?
Oh, I haven't been in GameStop in a long time.
Yeah, nothing there for us for quite a long time.
They're having an anime week, and needless to say,
they need to have a clearance.
See, do videos on those and the stories about them. Yeah, I want to do more stuff with the comics. I don't know. I don't know if anybody will be interested in them, so I don't. But yeah, I want to show more of, especially because I got some obscure ones that a lot of people don't collect.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to show more of those. So I might do that. I've been rereading the '80s Marvel comics. The Nam. Yeah, I see those all the time. And you see those at Ollie's, actually.
It's set in the Vietnam era, and there's actually a crossover with the Punisher where Frank Castle was still in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And not Frank Castle yet.
I have one X-Men comic I bought because one of the characters wants to go back to World War II to kill Hitler, and they stop, and they're trying to stop him from doing that. So I bought that because I like those controversial books like that. So I got that one. And I can't remember what number it is or which, because I haven't read it yet. Oh wow, you did? That's good.
And the A-Team. It doesn't hurt to check those bins. A lot of people don't like to look in them. Often in those bins, they're not even bagged or boarded.
Yeah.
So people are like, "Oh, it's probably a container full of garbage," but you never know.
Yeah, you got to be ready to take your time. And a lot of people always say, "Wow, I can't believe you got the patience to look through those dollar bins." I would sit there and look through every book in that dollar bin because I like paying $1 books. And I still have a hard time paying more than $75 for a book. I have, but golly.
There's worse things you can be addicted to, Ridley. That's the point.
Yeah, you can be addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Loose women.
Pornography.
Yeah. Pornography.
Yeah, some of the covers are amazing.
Kids.
Especially the older books. There was a real angle on the art. The modern stuff I don't get, like Peach Momoko. It looks like a coloring book.
It looks
I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah. Or some of them, if it is a good artist.
Oh no.
Twilight's episode.
Mine is, I don't know the name, but it's the one where the guy he goes to the monastery and he's seeking just some refuge for the night because it's a storm.
Oh,
and they're like, "No, we don't like to do this," but they reluctantly let him stay
because he's sick.
Yeah, he's sick. It's storming outside and everything, and then he hears
the howling man.
Yeah, he hears the person yelling, and he goes down, and it's this guy. He's locked away, and it's only a little shepherd thing holding the
it's
lock.
A little crook. Yeah, a little shepherd's crook.
And they're like, and he's like, why don't you could just reach out and get it? And they're like, no, you got to do it for me and everything. And he lets them out, and it's the devil.
It really is.
Yeah. And
they told him too, and he's like, yeah, sure it is.
Yeah. And he don't listen. Some people just don't listen. They got to experience things for themselves.
Brain Center at Whipple's is pretty good too. That especially the foreman, he is passionate. He is a real passionate performance. They had a lot of good episodes.
I don't really know artists. I honestly don't, and I kind of almost don't care. I'm serious, and I know a lot of people, they are big on artists. They are big on writers. I don't know them. I know Neil Adams. I know, and I can't look at a book and be like, oh, that's a Neil. No, I know the names of Matt Baker. I know that name. I know a couple of names, but I look at the cover, and if the cover says it's something about that cover that makes me want to read it, I'm buying that book. And that's just how it is. I'm not gonna say, oh, I only buy Matt Baker covers, or I bought this cover because it's a Matt Baker. No, if it doesn't say anything to me that makes me want to read it, I won't get it. Unless it's a Batman book, because then I'll get it because of Batman.
Okay. Condor Man 1 and 2 from Whitman. Raw Talk.
I got some Whitman books, but I don't think I got that. Semper Fi.
Mid 80s War Marvel.
That's a Marines.
Yep.
Hey, Reston! Thank you for the Christian books. I know it sounds corny, but because I had a bunch, and me and David will read one Christian comic a night, and we were out. Mm-hmm. So now we can read the books. So thank you, because we were out of books to read. So now David might not like it because he reads it. He reads it, but
yeah, she makes me read it.
Yeah, he reads them to me. So that was wonderful. Thank you. You know, I had to fan and do all that.
Robert, those are hard to find in good condition too.
Well, those Godzillas, we saw a couple a day.
They were too expensive.
Yeah, that person wanted a lot, and they weren't in great shape. I spent a couple of hours looking through and the below. Now I don't look through the below bins because you got to sit on the floor and people start tripping over you. Hey, Jesse. But,
Jesse joined us.
The last show I was at, I did flip through, and I was like, "Oh man, there's some gems down here." I'm gonna have to start looking at those bottom boxes. To Serve Man is I remember that one was good.
Yeah.
To Serve
but
Man
I mean, it's hard to name a bad Twilight Zone. There's only one that I can think of. Ironically, it's the very last episode of the final season.
With those kids jumping in the pool and they're going like to another dimension or something like that.
For forgotten children.
Yeah. And then they just leave. And I mean, I understood why they left because their parents were awful. So they were like, why go back? I want to just stay here. So they just
And that's what that place was for.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't know. It wasn't the best episode. But
no.
But
it's better than any modern show.
No, I didn't see the remake. They don't need to remake Matlock.
Oh, no.
That's terrible.
Well, you know they remade Highway to Heaven with Jill Scott.
Yeah.
And she's like a school.
That didn't need to be redone
No.
either.
And she's like a school counselor. And the one thing that made Highway to Heaven good was they were like nomads almost. They were wanderers. They just wandered around going from assignment to assignment.
Yeah. Drove all over the country.
Yeah, they stayed in.
Well, their last few were in New York. Remember?
Yeah, they had a couple.
They get around. I mean, a lot of it was in California, but they,
Yeah, but I don't know, and I've said it before. Society or those writers are creatively bankrupt. They don't have a good idea in their mind, so then they take gems like Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, and stuff like that, and they just remake it. Oh, we'll make the character black now. We'll take this character, make him a woman now, and we'll put a modern twist on it and call it a day. And nobody wants to see that.
And they can't redo it. It's because, especially when they've made attempts to redo the Twilight Zone, it always fails. And it fails because, one, the cinematography was outstanding.
Yeah.
Because you had to work to make black and white work. You had to really work on lighting and everything. The acting was stellar. The storytelling was good, and it's still relevant.
Yeah.
You watch a Twilight Zone, and you could say, "Hey, I can see where that still applies."
Yeah.
Or I can see the message, and you're just copying it then, and you can't make that better.
What are art books?
Oh no, when it's got like just like maybe if you had a book with all covers in it. And or art panels and things like that.
We got that Gerber book, but I know what you're talking about now. No,
yeah, Gerber's something else, but
no, we don't have anything like that. What's your collection?
When's the next tour? Oh, come on.
We did a mini tour a couple of weeks ago. Did you see that? Finally came to a decision and bought my first 2 statues.
What statues?
What statues did you get? I love my statues.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't bought any in a while. Oh, they remade Texas Ranger? Are you kidding?
More garbage.
Is Chuck Norris in it?
No.
Hey, WCW fan. He's watching the Twilight Marathon right now.
Twilight Zone's awesome. The original.
It is.
Yeah, it really is.
It still applies. Now, we did watch the 80s or the 90s version. That was okay. It wasn't horrible. We're watching the new Outer Limits now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not horrible. There's a lot of aliens in it.
Yeah, and the music is overwhelming. The incidental music is just, you can't even hear over it sometimes.
Yeah, it don't even look like the original Little House. Yeah.
25.90. Yeah, Little House on the Moon.
Mm-hmm. Next is branching out with figures like Alf Dinosaurs. I hope they do Land of the Lost.
It's tough to get franchising from Sid and Marty, though.
Oh, is it?
It is. they are real tight-fisted about it because they're real greedy.
Yeah. No rocks, certainly no dice. I agree. Last was Come Wander With Me in production. Yeah.
Did not air it last.
Oh,
I see.
Okay. If you get the DVD, it's the last one on the DVD.
Yeah, they got it in a different order on the DVD.
Yeah. Black Mirror is the closest. I watched the first episode of Black Mirror, and that's when they had the governor or the mayor had sex with that.
Oh no, it was pig. The Prime Minister of England.
Oh yeah, had sex with that pig.
That was if that's the direction they wanted to go in, I didn't want to see it.
Yeah, so I didn't watch anymore after that. I watched the whole episode because I was wondering, is he gonna do it or not?
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up doing it. And then the girl was released like an hour before, but they didn't know. And after that, they found out that the girl had got released, so he didn't need to do that. His wife was pushing him, and then she was all mad because they showed the aftermath of it and how everybody was all embarrassed. Of course, you would be. I mean, I don't know. I didn't like it, so I didn't watch anymore.
And the premise is ridiculous because nobody would have done that.
No.
Whatever the arrangement was, it was not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
But I wasn't interested in seeing the rest of it because I thought it was too vulgar.
Okay. Yeah. The terrible writing. Yeah. Disney's doing it right now. Ruining some great franchises because they are creatively bankrupt.
They don't need to redo Columbo either.
Oh my God.
He says he got the Superman tweeterhead in Iron Studios Clark Kent.
Iron Studios would be a 12th scale.
Mm-hmm.
And the tweeterhead
is like quarter, right?
Yeah, but I hope you like that tweeterhead. I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah. It's all about what you like. My mom got a new kitten named Taka. And I thought she said
yeah, from Chaka from was the little cave boy from the original Land of the Lost series.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh.
Come on. There we go.
My favorite 80s Twilight Zone, I remember PTSD vet with
I remember the Fortune Cookie Critic. Yeah.
And the stopwatch. Uh-oh.
Bloody hell. Here we go.
Y'all want to talk classic Anthology? Night Gallery, yes.
Night Gallery was good, although in the last season, it was way too much occult stuff. Because it didn't start off that way.
I like the paintings they showed at the beginning, and I actually tried to look it up to see if they were for sale or if they were reprinted. The paintings were great.
Oh yeah,
and the opening scenes of it.
Yeah, eerie, but they were well done.
Yeah, but every episode had its own painting. It seemed
Roddy McDowell starred in the first episode. That was the one where they had all the paintings, and the painting kept changing.
Mm-hmm. So what if the Land of the Lost is a microscopic dimension lost in space, and time that is on H.R. Puffett's head? One Step Beyond is good. I love Tales from the Dark Side. I used to watch that in The Outer Limits. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I never saw in Time Tunnel. I never heard of Are You Afraid of the Dark or Time Tunnel. But I used to love Tale from the Dark Side. And during the 90s, they had all of those stuff because they had Freddy's Nightmare, Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt. And it seemed like they had something with Jason on it too.
Well, they had Friday the 13th, the series. That was a Canadian show, but it had nothing to do with Jason.
Yeah, so neither did Nightmare on Elm Street. It had nothing to do. It was just like little. It wasn't bad. I watched it because it came on late. Funny thing, I don't remember any episodes. You didn't watch it good enough then. You got to go back and watch it.
That's what happens when you binge. You forget everything.
Yeah, that's why you watch it.
I haven't heard that.
What?
Gummy Bears theme in Japanese. Remember the cartoon, the Gummy Bears?
Yeah, I remember the cartoon. I have those Funko Pops. Afraid of the Dark was good. It was a Nickelodeon. Okay. But wasn't it a cartoon though? Are you afraid of the dark?
No, okay. No. Are you afraid of the dark? I'm not sure.
Steven Spielberg. Oh, really? The first Night Gallery segments. Original Night Gallery 2-hour movie with Joan Crawford was in it. The Joan Crawford one, I like that because I thought it was funny because how mean and nasty she was, and because she wanted to see, and then the explosion happened, and the sun got in her eyes, and she went back blind.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that one was because she was just mean. She was awful. She didn't need to be that way.
No, she didn't. But that's how people are, and she was wealthy and privileged, and and didn't appreciate her life, unfortunately, and that's how it comes down to.
The Shadow Man under the kids. Yeah, that was cool. But the kid got snatched by the Shadow Man from under. You know, it's a movie. It's called Door in the Woods. If you never saw that movie, you gotta watch it. It's called Door in the Woods, and it's this couple. Is a husband, wife, and their kid, and they're just out for the day, walking through the woods, and they see this door, like a front door of a house, just standing in the middle of the woods, and it was all chained up.
Yeah.
And the wife is like, "Wow, this is a wonderful door. Let's take it home.
I want to work on it." Yeah.
So they took the door home.
That was a movie.
And put it up in the house, and their kid get kidnapped, and they behind the door, and they call a spiritualist, and he found out. As soon as they said what he found out, I was like, oh no, I don't want to ruin it. But if you find that movie, I think it's on one of the streaming platforms because we saw it. You got to see it. It was like, man, you got to be kidding me.
People are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was live action.
I don't remember that show.
But you could gather around a fire, and each one would tell a story. Okay. I subscribed to the channel about 2 years ago, and I've definitely enjoyed all the great content you guys have done. I especially love the live stream. Thank you, Jesse.
We appreciate that.
Yes. Ashley just got a new anthology.
That sounds familiar.
Nightmares. We saw that. We saw that. But that was just a movie, I think, right? It wasn't.
I don't remember.
It wasn't like a bunch of stories. It seemed like that was a movie because I've seen it. I think I have. I thought of it. One Step.
Yeah, based on actual events. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
That's why some of it was corny.
And the guy would tell you the little synopsis at the beginning. Yeah. Does anyone actually watch daytime soap operas? I used to. I used to watch daytime soap operas. I did. And then I just kind of got out of it once I started working more. And then when I did have cable, they had the soap opera network. And they would play the entire week of Young and the Restless on Friday. So you could start at like 8 o'clock at night, and it would show the entire week. That was the best way to watch it.
Although, to be fair, like Dark Shadows is a soap opera.
So is Falcons Crest and Dallas, which
Yeah.
we are watching. Those are soap operas.
Yeah.
Dorn was in.
It's a modern one.
Yeah, it's modern. It came out in the probably after 2010, maybe after 2015. But the premise is good. Um, it was written fairly well. It was well written, and the acting wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Um, and I liked the movie. It was just the ending was kind of like, y'all got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
At the end,
without killing it.
But, yeah, because I don't want to ruin it because it is a good ending. But you can make movies if you have a thought pattern, if you have creativity, because that was something totally different.
Yeah.
That was never done. That concept. At least I haven't seen anything like that. So.
Storyteller is really good, but season 1's better than season 2. Because season 1 they do Grimm's fairy tales, and then season 2 they did Greek mythology.
Oh.
And I think they just did a better job with the Grimm's fairy tales than they did with the Greek stories.
Oh yeah, we watched that. And Chiller was good. Mm-hmm. And then they had Thriller.
Yeah.
And then they had the one with Boris Karloff. I think that was Thriller.
Boris Karloff, he acted in every episode, and he did he played somebody different each time.
And then they had the one with Peter. Who was that? Peter Cushing, the one we saw the Theater Macabre.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
Yeah, Christopher Lee.
That's on Tubi.
Yeah.
And that one is.
That's got some weird stories though.
That one had the story about dad that killed his son. And dad killed that boy.
He actually did it. And I'm like, this was on the air in the 70s?
I did not
He shot that kid.
Dad, I won't tell you the story in case you want to watch it.
Yeah.
It's called Theater Macabre with Christopher Lee.
Yeah, I think it was Christopher Lee.
It was Christopher Lee, the host, and it's on Tubi. And they got an episode, I don't remember the name of it, but it's this little boy. And he does something, and dad finds out and doesn't agree, and dad kills him. And mom is standing right there in 100% agreement. Yep. And I'm like, oh man, they're not gonna. Dad's not gonna kill that boy. He's just gonna give him a beating or something. They turned the camera away, and all you heard was a gunshot, and that was it. And I was like, oh my God, he killed that boy.
That's a weird show.
Yeah, it is a weird show. All of the episodes are weird. Yeah. And you're like, what the heck is going on?
Odd storytelling
in this show. But it's actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. Oh, when I got home, we had one TV. I had to watch. Yeah.
Pain and Suffering.
It's one of my favorite anthology books. I had no idea it'd been a TV series. Okay, I thought it was a movie. I've seen the thing, but I thought it was a movie. So I didn't see it. I didn't watch it. I thought it was a movie. So I've seen the title before, but it wasn't TV shows. Like it wasn't episodes that I saw. Mm-hmm. The classic Mickey cartoon shorts from the 40s have been getting Blu-ray. Oh yeah, really?
Well, when they released the complete Warner Brothers anthology, mm-hmm. they had a disclaimer at the beginning of each box set with Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh God!
Yeah,
that woman can go ahead somewhere.
Yeah, talking about how some depictions may be offensive, and it's like it's a freaking cartoon, and it's like 60 years old. Suck it up. You like it or you don't.
People still get triggered.
Yeah, they do. Well, the people that get triggered don't watch that stuff.
Maybe it's because I'm a guy, but soap operas. I'd rather watch
Dallas.
Oh no! Nightmare Dreamscape say 8 mind-bending stories. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna look for it. Oh, James. David is.
But it stops at Last Crusade. The Crystal Skull and the new one, I don't care for. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the new one either. I just know better.
There's new Dracula movie. Come on. Dracula was on a boat going to England. Looks good. But in some movies and TV shows, vampires can't cross water.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of that. Snoop Dogg Tales from the Hood.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of that.
No, they shouldn't, Blue. There's too many figures of stuff.
Oh,
weird
no.
stuff.
If they did Victor Newman and Jack and what's Victor's wife name? I can't remember. Mickey. I would get it. Oh, I would get Victor Newman in a minute. I took off work when they said Victor Newman was gonna die. I took the day off. I had to watch that episode. I did. They said because the actor Eric Barden, or I think it's Barden, he wants to retire. He's been wanting to retire from Young and the Restless for probably the last 15 years. And he had announced it. He's going to retire. So the way that they were going to do it, they were going to just kill off his character so that nobody would, because nobody can play it. So I said, oh God, they're going to kill Victor. So I took off work. I sat home all day in front of the TV waiting for the episode.
Wow.
And they had such a storm. Fans started writing, emailing. Y'all need to pay Victor more money. The character more money. Y'all need to do this. And they had to bring him back. They gave him more money. And he's still on the show today.
That's crazy.
They did. Because people watch the show for Victor Newman. And I'm like, oh God. I was like, okay, you're going to kill him off. But the guy wants to retire. He's been playing Victor Newman since, I think, the 80s for 40 years.
Yeah, give the guy a break.
The guy wants to retire. But nope. Fans say you coming back. You told CBS to pay him more money.
Ridley, your first mistake was being in Target, and we'll just leave that there.
So that's
but
enough
it
of
says, that. No, he's talking about a tantrum. Kid was throwing the tantrum, and the parents were asking which he wanted. Is that how it's done today? No, you know what? The first time, that's all you have to do. The first time your kid does that, because they will test you in a store, you leave. I did that with my kids. You know what? We're leaving right now. Nobody's getting anything. They'll never do it again.
Mm-mm.
You know?
They won't. You pick their behind up, you snatch them up, they won't act crazy. I thought Dial of Destiny was
better than Raiders. I didn't grow up with the films. I watched them all in one go recently and fundamentally disagree. Okay, well, if you liked it, you liked it.
Yeah.
You know?
And we talked about that earlier. Mm-hmm. You kind of got to see, because it's a lot of movies out there that the majority of people say are great, and then you're like, I saw that and I thought it was the worst thing ever. And then it'll be movies that you think are just amazing, and the majority of people say, oh, that was horrible.
Yeah.
So
you never know.
You know, you got to go watch it. I like.
But yeah, you know, I mean, I saw it in the theater when I was a kid, so I've got a more deeply rooted sense of nostalgia with the original three films.
Yeah,
that's all.
Silver Bullet was good,
and that German Shepherd lived.
What German Shepherd?
You remember the German Shepherd?
Oh, the fight in Silver Bullet.
It was in Silver Bullet, the one with the guy was in the camper.
No, that wasn't Silver Bullet. That was Bad Moon.
Bad Moon. Oh, okay.
Moon had the German Shepherd. Silver Bullet was the Stephen King.
Okay.
And they were in that town with all of the werewolves.
Okay.
The new Nicolas Cage Dracula.
It's supposed to be a comedy, isn't it?
I think so. I've seen clips, but I didn't know if that was going to be a real thing. So, okay, so that's going to really be a movie. I've seen the pictures of him in makeup. Yeah. But then you see the one with him in the Superman outfit too. Victor's always up to no. Oh no, he is the villain, but he's a likable villain. Yeah, he was cancer. Like, no, he wasn't. If I was lucky enough to have my mom or dad let me pick out a toy, and I was indecisive, I just wouldn't be.
Yeah. See. No, you throw yourself on the ground and you cry and you stomp and you spit.
He was also in that Colossus movie, the one with the computer.
Oh, yeah. Colossus was a good movie.
Yeah, he was in that too. I didn't know he was in $6 Million Man and Wonder Woman. but he was in Colossus.
Oh, is that what you mean?
Oh, he has cancer? Oh yeah? Oh no. Yeah, he about to leave the show now for real. Because he got cancer.
Yeah, back in our day, that's when the slipper came off.
Yeah. You got a beating right in the middle of the aisle, and nobody did anything.
Yeah, nobody said a thing.
Yeah, they didn't call the police on you. Yeah. Or your mama said, come on, we're going to the bathroom. And then you knew what that meant. So then you tried to straighten up, but it was too late. Dog pile on James. No kid. If you don't start behaving, you're watching a Gary Busey.
Gary Busey wasn't that bad.
No, people always making fun of him.
Yeah, they're always picking on him. He wasn't that bad.
No, he did a lot of Christian films, like apocalyptic Christian films. After a while,
it would.
I don't think so.
It would be nice, but I don't think so because of the stigma surrounding Bill Cosby right now, which is unfortunate because Fat Albert is a brilliant show.
Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah, not the Filmation when Filmation completely took over and pushed Cosby out, which is often referred to as the third season, even though it was on for like 12 years. It's technically only 3 seasons, and Bill Cosby's connected to the first 2, but deeper into the Brown Hornet era when Filmation got rid of his creative input, then it wasn't funny anymore. The show just wasn't funny. But the original Fat Alberts,
when they played the music in
70s, yeah, Junkyard Band Fat Albert, 70s and early 80s is brilliant children's television.
Yeah, it was funny.
Even as an adult, it's entertaining. It's so well done. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah. If you think kids' behavior is bad, you should see their scores nowadays.
Oh, trust me, I know. Yeah. I used to work for the Juvenile Justice Authority.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
Well,
bye.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Yeah.
We hope to see you on the phone. Yes. Have a good night.
Yep.
DC Cab and Fooling Around are classics.
People forget DC Cab. DC Cab, it's fun to watch. It's, it's kind of like Caddyshack. Caddyshack's actually a pretty bad film, and the acting is terrible, except for Ted Knight. Ted Knight is the judge. He pulled out all the stops. He gave a stellar performance. Everyone else looked like they didn't even know what their lines were, but it's still fun to watch. And it's one of those classic kind of 80s-ish films. It came out in 1980, I think, but it's not a great film. DC Cab's the same thing. It's not necessarily a great film, but it's fun to watch it.
That Beast Must Die sounds familiar. I'm gonna look up to see what it looks like. But I've seen 10 Little Indians. Now they've done that movie a lot, and they gave it different names.
Yeah.
And a little bit most.
Yeah, that one's been redone a few times. Yeah.
I never
we saw
that.
The first one was like from the 30s or something.
Yeah, but they've redone it, and it's a good movie. Beast Mode, Beast. What was the name of that? Beast. What? Beast Must Die. Beast Must Die. Just trying to see, because that sounds familiar. Oh, keep going.
Oh, it was. No. It says Cosby is the kind of guy to produce a Cosby brand whiskey just for the joke. Yeah, well, I mean, he contributed a lot to television for decades. His movies weren't so great, but the television work was stellar, and it's just been pushed aside.
And it's on Pluto. Mm-hmm. They got him back in the news. Somebody else saying that he did something.
Yeah. And it's like, let's pop up 30 years later and make an accusation. Blue said David is AI banned from Second and Chance. It's too modern. AI banned from Second and Chance.
I don't know what
I'm not sure what he means. I remember that. It says, Robert, I always loved that movie. Peter Cushing playing a nice man gets bullied by neighbors, gets revenge at the end. Oh, yeah, they got him.
We saw that.
That was tough.
Is that the Beast? The one about the Beast?
He looks really bad because his wife had just died. I remember that.
Oh, okay. That's what it is? Yeah, we saw that movie. Yeah, he got them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we saw that.
Okay.
His wife had just
In
died
real life.
in real life. That's why he looked so bad.
And he said, "No, I'll still do the part." But he looked terrible, but it worked for the part.
Yeah.
It worked in his favor.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I guess, in a manner of speaking.
Because he had already agreed.
He had lost weight because of all his fretting over her death and everything. And yeah, so he looked the part.
Ghost Dad. I never saw Ghost Dad.
I don't remember Ghost Dad. I don't think I saw that.
AI technology. Okay.
Oh, AI technology. Yeah. Well, it's the AI technology, all of that, and all of that CGI and everything in the movies. And then that AI did the intro for the new,
that Marvel Secret Invasion.
Marvel Secret Invasion, and that's a lot of people didn't like it.
I heard it was bad. I don't know. I saw the intro was bad.
I haven't seen the show, but I heard that people were not caring for the intro.
I saw the trailer, and the trailer looked like it could be something you might want to see, but I don't know. Can you recommend an 80s sword and sorcerer movie that people may not have heard of?
Oh gosh.
Sword. What's a sword and isn't that
like Fire and Ice?
Fire and Ice.
Or even good. Conan is technically a sword and sorcerer movie.
Fire and Ice, the Frazetta cartoon was good. We just saw that.
Yeah.
I think last weekend. It's on Tubi. Anything we watch is on some free platform because we don't pay for nothing except for Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And that's it. But yeah, I don't know of any because I don't be thinking about it. It's like Stephen Collins in
Tales of the Gold Monkey. It was on. Was that on ABC? And it was supposed to be like a take on Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I think he did do a cop drama, but it was like a black exploitation.
No, a TV show. It was in the was it the late 80s or early 90s? And he was kind of like Columbo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did like detective work. I think. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Death Stalkers.
I think we saw that.
I Spy was a 70s show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mod Squad. He was in Mod Squad too in the 70s.
And Shockwave, a good 80s zombie B-flick. Shockwaves. That sound familiar.
You know what's a good one that always gets forgotten? That is a sequel that was supposed to be something like Nightmare on Elm Street. Shocker. Shocker was good.
See you, K Muni. Thank you.
Gotta go. Well,
thank you for joining in.
But they had set that up for sequels and they never did it. And Shocker was weird. Shocker was interesting because he could jump in and out of the TV set.
Yeah. Vincent Price did a lot of great ones.
More. I think he did more comedies than he did horror stuff. His comedies are funny.
Yeah.
The
Cosby Mystery.
He had was that what it was called?
I didn't know he had a mystery show.
I think she died before it.
Yeah, right.
And so he looked a hot mess.
Yeah, he had already agreed to do the movie.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if it was right before filming or during filming, she died. And they but he continued to do it. I think we saw that with what's that thing we like to watch? Newcastle After Dark.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you a little bit about the movie, the actors, and all of that. And we like watching that because they'll show you some obscure movies that you've never heard of before. So we watch them, and they put out a movie a month, and it's usually some B-list horror film from the
weird
70s
stuff. But
or
some
80s.
of them are pretty interesting.
Yeah, almost everything that they've shown so far are good, and it's stuff you've never heard of. It may have been 2 movies they've played that we've seen already, so we didn't watch it again. But the movies that they show is good, and that's a YouTube channel, and it's called Newcastle After Dark. And the guys on there, they'll do a little opening, and they'll talk about this is the movie you're going to see, who's in it, and they'll tell you a little bit of history. And then midway through, they'll stop it, and they'll talk about what's going on. And then after the movie, they'll talk about the movie, in general. It's pretty good. Fireworks have started. Oh, yeah? Again.
You'll be hearing that for a few days.
I know, especially
It's all right.
Tuesday.
Did I see that? People Under the Stairs?
Yeah, I like that movie. It is weird.
People Under the Stairs. I don't remember.
I think we saw it. I know I saw it before we ever got married, and I think after we got married, we saw it.
So a million years ago. How long have we been married? About 76 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it. No. Actually, I tease, but I actually enjoy being married to
Uptown Saturday Night. Let's do it again. Piece of the Action with Sidney Poitier are good Cosby movies. I never saw. I don't care. I don't watch a lot of blaxploitation.
Piece of the Action, is that the one where they hypnotize Jimmy Walker and convince him that he's a professional boxer?
Oh, you know the one that we just saw? What's the one we just saw with the white cop and the black cop in New York?
Oh, what was the name of that film?
I cannot think of the name of it.
My
that
God.
was good. It wasn't really a blaxploitation though, but it was
It felt like it.
Yeah. It was like all black cast except for that one white police officer. But it was actually a pretty good movie. Oh, I cannot think of the name of it right now.
Although in theory, you can have a blaxploitation film that's a good production.
Yeah.
Like Shaft is technically a blaxploitation film, but it's pretty well done. It's pretty well done, so it doesn't feel like it. Oh, Let's Do It Again. Is that the one that I just named, where Jimmy Walker was a boxer?
He was a boxer, all skinny,
70 pounds of himself in the movie.
Yeah,
as
like
a professional boxer.
He's like 6'6" and weigh 100 pounds. But seriously, thank you, everyone currently serving, and to the fallen that have given. Thank you.
See?
Oh, he got his little Jimmy Walker figure.
Dynamite in his like red pajamas and his bucket hat. Jimmy Walker authorized JJ Fun Pal.
Oh my
God. Fun
God.
Pal from Shindana Toys. 1975 Shindana.
Time of their lives. Good movie.
It's essentially a rag doll with a vinyl head, is what it is. And they also made a pull string talker that was available in 2 different styles of packaging, but I don't have any of the pull string talkers, just this. It says, a good times pal, tall, soft, floppy, and posable. How can he be posable if he's floppy?
And soft.
Yeah. 15 inches of dynamite.
He's on commercials. We don't have regular TV, so I don't know. But what is he doing? Like those
insurance for like elderly people, old people stuff, Polydent. I don't know.
Oh yeah. You know what's funny? The clips of Aunt Esther and Fred Sanford.
Oh,
those are
heathen.
Those are funny. I didn't know that they did him and Thelma though. Him and Thelma's back and forth was funny. But Aunt Esther and Fred Sanford, oh boy, she's just ripping the shreds. Was thinking buy a Ghost
Ghost on Blu-ray. And Death Proof. I remember Death Proof.
Yeah.
It was like that Grindhouse. See, I was close. Grindhouse Films Productions.
I was looking at Welcome Back, Carter Merck. They made Viewmasters of the show. Have you seen the goofy, skinny skateboard toys of the 4 main boys?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, they had model kits. Because they had like a car from Ertl or something like that.
Oh yeah.
There's, aside from the figures that were made by Mattel, it's all, there might be some rack toys and some odds and ends, but there's not much else. There's little out there. There's probably some pretty obscure rack toys, but it'd be hard to find, and I don't think there's a guide for that.
Oh, sometimes on YouTube they have like a fan base page where, not YouTube, sorry, Facebook. on Google. if you put it in Google, is a fan base page will come up, and it'll have like all of the toys in a picture. Cause that's how I find a lot of, if I'm like Captain Planet, Beetlejuice, that stuff,
Yeah.
and you just put it in there, and they'll show you a list of all of the toys in a picture.
Because those old supermarket rack toys, they made a million of them, and sometimes, I mean, it comes up all the time because every once in a while one pops up for sale here or there, and you're like, they made that? Because it's stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like I saw one the other day for MacGyver because this guy, I guess he found one.
Did they make MacGyver toys like
in Argentina? They made
so Mego never
figure.
did it?
No.
Oh wow!
They made a figure in Argentina, and they made like a pocket knife. It was a child's toy pocket knife, but they were rack toys from it, and it's like a MacGyver grooming set. So it's got MacGyver's picture. It's a rack toy again, and it's got like a little fake toy brush and a comb and a little empty toy bottle of shampoo and stuff.
He never used that stuff. Now if they had,
but he could have used it to build a helicopter or something.
Yeah. All he had was that little pocket knife. He had the little Swiss Army knife.
But
we saw the a documentary on Good Times, and everybody hated the mom.
She was a Broadway actress, and you knew it.
And she didn't like that everybody else wasn't a Broadway actor.
And didn't like that she was on that show because she was above that. But she took the job.
But she took the part.
Yeah.
And the dad, the guy John Amos that played the dad, he didn't like that Jimmy Walker was acting like that because he didn't like that type of display.
But that's what he was hired to do.
Yeah,
and that was the thing, because I remember Jimmy Walker talking about that, and he was when the producer was talking to him, he was like, "This doesn't make sense. Nobody does this." And the guy was like, "Trust me, the audience will love it." And Jimmy was like, "Okay, I mean, you hired me to do the part. I'll do the part." And the audience did love it. JJ was like, "What the hell do I know?" Apparently, he knew what he was doing. But yeah, Amos didn't like that JJ's performance. This is what I mean by a rack toy, for anybody who's confused. Although this one actually makes sense because they did bowl on the show. But they just take anything like this. But they would take this exact same toy and change the card. Like this could be the A-Team, or it might have a Love Boat picture there. And they made like millions of little crappy supermarket, a rack toy, because it would be on that wire frame with the hook, and there'd be like 50 of them hanging down, and they would put it on like just anywhere in the supermarket for your kid to grab, and you end up buying it to shut them up. That's how that worked.
On the box art of the Welcome Back Kotter toys, they had to glue the accessories in their hand because it ain't no way they actually gonna hold them.
Yeah, they can't.
That's the role, yes. Yeah, you said that.
The bodies are recasts of the Sunshine Family dolls from Mattel, and their hands are like in these karate chop positions. They can't hold anything. They had rack toys of those, and they were like wind-up motorcycles and stuff, or ripcord motorcycles and weird things like that.
Well, the Steve Urkel,
he didn't like it either.
He didn't like it, and the parents, the guy that played the husband and the lady that played the wife didn't like how he was acting, especially when he had dressed in drag as his cousin. They told him, "Look, don't do that. That's not good." And the guy that played Steve Urkel, Jaleel White, he was talking to his dad about it, and his dad was like, "Look, that's what they're paying you for." And then he was like, "No, I'm gonna do it," and he did it. And afterwards, he hated it.
Now he regrets it. Yeah,
he hated doing that, but they wanted to keep pushing the character. I can't remember what the cousin's name was, but he had to dress in drag.
Yeah.
And Carl and whoever else the woman name was, that
the other actors on the show thought it was a bad idea.
Yeah, that it was a very bad idea.
Hank said saying hi, but he wants to know if we're going live on the 4th.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and I think we are going to go live. We don't know what time yet because we're going to have to go back to work the next day. Like tomorrow, we don't work, so that's why we did it late. But on the 4th, I'll put it out so that you have a notice. But it might be a little bit earlier so we can get off earlier because we'll have to work on Wednesday. But we will go live on Tuesday.
Hey, Hank, I'll show you something you've never seen before.
Okay.
A smiley face frying pan from the 70s. From Worcester Toys.
We got that from our estate sale.
That video, I'll put that video up tomorrow, actually.
We actually went to an estate sale 2 weeks in a row and had some good luck. Nothing like the YouTube luck.
No, not that fake luck on YouTube where you find like 90 carded GI Joes and you pay $12 for them.
No, we don't get that luck, but we have gotten some luck. We got like some old nostalgia stuff. We showed it before, and then we got stuff like this and some others, and we did a video, so he'll be putting it up.
I wonder how many people would appreciate finding this. Oh, Johnny, I'm here again for what's left of the live stream.
Watch out, because
there's a crack. I didn't see that. Well, thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't want to shake it, and then it breaks.
Like I was trying to do.
Very upset.
So yes. So again, we will be live, but I will put up a upcoming thing, like a little message saying that we're going to be live on the 4th. And again, we'll be live earlier because we have to work Wednesday. We don't have to work tomorrow, so we could do it late. But so for those of you that want to know, and if you can join us, please join us.
Do it. Yeah.
If not, catch it on the replay or just drop in and say, hey, give us a like and do all that. It will be greatly appreciated.
But that was just a little preview, if you will, because again, we had some good fortune at an estate sale, which is again rare.
Yeah.
We don't see. I haven't had real. You find a piece of this and a piece of that, but I haven't had a really good run of luck since I was living in Topeka more than a decade ago.
Toy pan.
Yeah. I don't need a real pan. But I did need that.
Are you doing no?
Nah, I grew out of that. I think.
I like fireworks. I like going to the display, but I went one year and it was so hard to get to where you could see. It made it unenjoyable.
And when I grew up in Boston, so try getting out to the Charles River when it's time for fireworks, and you're like 9,000 people deep on the riverfront trying to see anything.
No. And the thing with the
for $50,
the estate sale that we went to on Friday where we got this stuff, they didn't want to be there, so they were basically giving away the stuff because we were.
That's where this came from.
Yeah, we were in one room, and they had a box of toys, and on the box it says all toys are $5 each. So we took some toys out and we put it in a tote.
I took the whole box.
We took the whole thing upstairs, and they sold the whole thing for $5.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, display name. Thank you for stopping by.
We
really enjoyed your input. Thank you. So, and then other things, it was priced and it said that it was going to be a certain amount off. They were giving the stuff away.
They were like, "You're going to have to box it all up anyway." So, if odds are it'll end up at Goodwill. What's the point? We'll just take whatever we can get for it. It's getting close to the end of the day. I get it. You know? But it worked in our favor.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we've been to other estate sales. No, that's
and
the
prices
price
are so outrageous.
Outrageously high.
Like, you've got to be kidding.
Yeah, cats don't approve of nothing. They don't like the thunder.
Outdoor animals don't like
nothing.
It's really funny, especially if it's raining and there's a thunder. Even if it's just
good shot, Jansen.
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Kitty. Because if it's even raining hard, she crawls around the house. She's on her belly, crawling and looking, and it's like, you're inside. It's okay. Calm down.
Yeah, thunder. They
the
get
ones
crazy.
that lived, because remember, these are strays that we've taken care of. so they're used to being outside, and so it's a different story when you got to live out there with it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed him.
Yeah. Because it used to be the whole family, Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head, and then they had some kids.
Yeah, when the cartoon came out, because there was a Saturday morning cartoon in the 80s, and then they did a whole run of the little kids.
Yeah. Estate sales around here, the sign says estate sales. Yeah. And that's how we find them. You know, I tried to look them up on Facebook and even join the
or
Facebook
sometimes
group
if it's advertised
channel
on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but
no, basically you just drive around the various neighborhoods.
Fingers crossed.
And you'll see a sign at like the beginning of the subdivision or pointing down this road right here, and you just go. That's how we find it. But
unfortunately, Johnny says high price thanks to pickers and pawn stars. Now everybody's an expert. Yeah. And that other one with the storage lockers, Storage Wars. Yeah. All those shows kind of really ruined it, and because they're not telling the truth. It's unrealistic.
Who's Aunt Gemma?
Aunt Jemima.
Oh, Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima, because is a bottle. Who cares? Or like that I'm thinking of Miss Butterworth, but yeah, Aunt Jemima was a real person.
The candy. You know? Oh yeah, Sugar Daddy, Sugar Mama, Sugar Babies. Yeah. I used to love those.
Pillsbury Doughboy.
But everything now,
yeah.
So.
And most people don't feel that way. It's just a game that's being played, and we're caught in it.
Raisin Band characters.
No, I don't have any of
the California Raisins.
Yeah, they had a cartoon too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Uncle Ben was also a real person.
Yeah,
and that box depicts him.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about Miss Butterworth, but I know Aunt Jemima was based on a real person.
Yeah,
and she who was a freed slave who became a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a success story. Why would you want to bury it? Her family was very upset about that.
Yeah.
Her surviving family.
There is an official nationwide website that you can enter your zip code and it will list with maps. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Put
What's
the link up.
Yeah,
yes, send the link out so we can.
I don't know if it'll let you put a link on the comments because I heard that YouTube is blocking that now. But if you could just write the name.
Yeah, just write the name into the thing. To find the good yard sales, you gotta go. The old neighborhoods, the newer subdivision, they don't have nothing, and the majority of them got baby clothes, baby furniture,
Christmas ornaments,
oh God, they got
so many
Christmas ornaments called rice syrup. Just dumb.
Or Land O'Lakes. They got rid of the Indian and kept the land. It's true.
They can't enjoy my pancakes unless there's genderless on my certain bottle.
I think I hear Dusty crying.
Yeah, she crying because that's all she
Okay, thank you.
The link on your Facebook. Okay, thank you.
Fine. Yeah. So people can check that out. And that's open by chance on Facebook if anybody here watching wants to join the group. Of course, open by chance on Facebook. It is a group, so you have to ask, but I mean I'll let you join. I don't care.
Yeah, and then you can post pictures and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah, just as long as it's collecting oriented or nostalgia oriented.
Yeah.
You know, don't show a picture of your butt.
No, don't talk about politics.
Yeah, no politics, please. But
we don't want to know.
If you want to talk about vinyl records or old commercials or your favorite TV show or something, you know, it's all open.
Or your pickups.
It says open by chance vintage toys, but it's not limited to toys. I should change it to open by chance nostalgia.
Yeah.
Just so people understand better.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're all in for that.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some luck. We had luck at that yard sale too.
We went to the yard sale?
A couple of weeks back, and we put a video up about it where we found the old green stamps.
Yeah, the greenback. Where are they? Are they here?
The stamps are right here.
Oh yeah, show the greenback stamps.
Yeah, because these were there too in a jar for people top stamps. Value, and the stamps are in here. They never got to cash them in.
Yeah, somebody missed out on some greenback stamps.
SOL on cashing in, like on the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, where am I?
Yeah, see over there. There you go.
See this, but these aren't greenback. The ones
This
when
is
I
different
grew up,
ones.
yeah, they were actually greenbacks, and these are from Winn-Dixie.
Yeah.
And it's so weird how people just keep stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, somebody kept that.
And that's
they
where
keep
these
stuff.
old these
Can I show a picture of someone else's? No. No buts.
You know, vintage stuff like this, like the old Sesame Street magazines.
Yeah.
Stuff, you know, that kind of stuff just
I can't any twerking videos.
No.
We do not need to see somebody twerking upside down.
Or like the G.I. Joe coloring book from the 60s and Dino Mutt coloring book. So just some cool stuff. And it, you know,
it's considered vintage. Just because your butt is vintage, we don't want to see it. No. So keep it to yourself.
No butts.
Show yourself it in the mirror. Look in the mirror and be like, "Ooh, my vintage butt." We do not need to see it. Thank you.
There's enough of that on Facebook.
I remember those green stamps. Didn't yeah, you got them from the grocery store with your purchase.
I think most supermarkets did that, and it kind of died by the 80s.
We don't want to see your toilet videos.
By the time it came to the 80s, that was kind of over and done with.
We're the kind of toy group that don't want to see your naked bottom or your naked top.
No.
So,
no, none of that. Thank you. We can do without it.
Toys, comics, records, talk about the TV shows.
Yeah, even vintage commercials.
Yeah, you know, we love
stuff like that. Old magazines, or like we did the video on the TV Guide when we found those TV guides.
Yeah,
that was a nice find.
We watched a vintage commercial. We found that one year during Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that was a thing on YouTube, and then somehow or another I was looking around and saw vintage Christmas commercials and started watching them.
Yeah.
So now we just, watch commercials a lot, but loved it. Never wanted to see it when you were growing up.
When you were a kid, you didn't like it interrupting the show. But
yeah.
Then now that you see the garbage we got now, where every commercial is either for auto insurance or for some kind of medication with a million side effects.
Yeah.
Then you're
Simpi.
Now you miss the old commercials, especially since you see the same one over and over and over, even if it's a good commercial now. About my naked,
your naked G.I. Joe.
You don't have an outfit yet.
Well, allegedly flushed down the toilet. No, we don't.
No.
Post pictures of toy. No.
Toy butts.
No toy butts. Speaking of videos, you want to go down a rabbit hole. Have you ever seen videos of people cutting trees down and they fall the wrong way? No.
No. Well, we don't watch too many of that, or like prank style videos and stuff. We don't think that's interesting.
I used to watch the video of them cleaning out earwax. I did. I don't know how I found that on YouTube. I'm like, all the stuff they put in people's ear.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
I miss old commercials with catchy themes. That's the thing. And those theme songs is what
the jingles.
The jingles.
Yeah.
It's sometimes what sold the item.
Yeah. But they just they weren't repetitive. Like if you were watching a show and there were 3 commercial breaks and a Pillsbury commercial in each commercial break, it would be 3 different Pillsbury commercials.
Yeah.
It was not the same commercial. And now you'll see the same commercial over and over for months, and sometimes back to back.
Yeah.
It'll play 3, 4, 5 times in a row.
Like that Amazon commercial.
Oh my God. And it's like, please, it's not even good. Can you stop?
Atlanta Braves game today and saw 12 TV commercials for TikTok.
Yeah, see, exactly. It's no imagination, rather.
I can see. Yeah, I got one of those things. No.
No, none of that. Thank you.
Deserve a break. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. Well, not if you're in China, because in China it's all educational.
Well, in China, I don't think they allow
the stuff that they watch here. They don't allow in China. Yeah, so yeah.
I don't remember the Big Red commercial. Isn't that the one with the Indian?
No, Big Red lasts longer while you chew it.
Oh, okay.
Big
I
Red
don't
gum,
remember. I know the gum,
had,
but I don't
they had the
remember the
juicy
commercial.
fruit, they had the Wrigley, and they had the Big Red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, freshness lasts longer. I'm a pepper. You're a pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. We will see. But again, we will be doing some of the stuff that I showed, like 70s Mr. Potato Head here. Just a preview to that estate sale finds video that will be going up tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll put that up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got another one from a care package that we received in the mail. They call that an AOK now, I guess.
Yes.
Is that the new term for it?
Yeah, from Reston.
Yeah, Reston.
Some Christian comics that David can read to me at night.
And some other odds and ends and bits and pieces, and that's always great. And we will be doing a live stream on the 4th.
Yes.
So please do join us then.
And I'll put it up. I'll do the thing that tells you it's coming with the time and all. But like I said earlier, we're gonna do it a little earlier than we did tonight, because I think tonight we start like 8:30 or something.
Yeah.
Because we got to work the next day. Tomorrow we don't have to work, so it was all right.
Yeah. And I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up for tonight.
Yeah.
Because we got to get moving and check on our babies, check on the kitties, all my little creatures that rely on me.
Yeah.
No, we do have some things that we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Yes.
We appreciate it. Yeah, I haven't seen an unboxing video lately, Johnny says.
Yeah, we just did one. Like we said, Reston sent us something, and we did a video for it. So we'll be putting
showing
that up
that.
soon.
It'll probably be Tuesday then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I'll put that up after.
And Chance, make sure you come and talk to us and say hey to us at the record show coming up.
Because we should be there and we should film it as well for those of you who couldn't make it to one or can't get to a show.
Or never been to a record show.
Just get a feel for what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So again, good night, everybody.
And we'll do this again sometime soon.